Good evening, everybody. Hope you all have had a decent few days. See that we had the Common Censor raid. Thank you so much for the raid, Lord Sterling. Welcome to the Dozer Den, everybody. Glad that you are taking time out of your evening to join little old me for a little bit of infotainment. I stream Mondays and Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. Central. The goal is to, like I said, inform and entertain. Usually do about 3 to 4 news stories a night. And we have something kind of, either entertaining or interesting, in my opinion, sciencey stuff, funny stuff, pop culture stuff, which we are going to have today. Shirt has something to do with it. Not gonna lie, I was watching Sterling earlier. I'm like, you son of a bitch, I'm doing the same damn thing. We're gonna watch the at the very end of the show. We're gonna watch the Superman trailer. For those of you who still stick around towards the end of the show, about 3 hours usually. Today, I will say, and I say this every time, and I end up being a dirty, rotten liar. But we're probably not going to go 3 hours tonight. Probably not. Probably going to keep it to around 2.5, 2:15. I've got an early morning tomorrow, so but I'm gonna stay up late anyways because, as I've said before, I never quite developed an adult circadian rhythm. So there's that. Let's see, got Trish in the chat. I was scrolling through a minute ago on the Rumble app just to make sure things were going smooth over there. Saw y'all having a good time there in the chat. See, we got Free Castle. Had Common Censored in here. Mama Mac, Dirk Gently. I saw I think Dirk was going to sleep, so rest well, Dirk. Thanks for popping in for just a moment. Guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Give it a good thumping. Caress the like button. Lean in real close to the like button and whisper sweet nothings into the ear and nibble. And don't be like that. That is like Joe Biden. We don't want to be like creepy Uncle Joe Biden, even if he is mostly dead at this point. We don't want to be like that. No. Just imagine having to take care of that decrepit old fool as like his CNA or something like that. All the assaults that you would be constantly trying to avoid. Well, I guess if you're a little on the older side of things, you probably don't have to worry too much, do you? Joe Biden's probably a pedophile. Just gonna put that out there. Starting off a little bit dark there. Guys. We need to get a little bit lighter, maybe a little bit less dark here. But anyways, things are going okay. If you guys are wanting a Mama Dozer update, you know what? We'll probably play that later. So thanks for sharing that, TV Green. The Tom McDonald Christmas song. You know what? I thought about it today, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I thought about just not even doing any news stories tonight and just doing like chit chatting, just chilling, chill stream. But there are things going on, so I have to talk about some news. We might get rid of the last topic. We might. I don't know. It depends. It depends on what you guys want. I will ebb and flow as the chat does. We'll see. I actually didn't get a chance to watch this Tom McDonald Christmas. Good Lord. Work with me here. Bam. Sometimes, guys, my Bluetooth keyboard doesn't like to cooperate with me. Just sometimes. Do not start playing automatically. I swear. Lord Sterling, thanks so much for the raid, guys. If you haven't followed this channel already, Buildozer74, we are at 486 followers. We're so close to 500 followers. I can taste it. 14 away, guys. 14 away. 14. We're getting close, guys. We're getting close. Just chit chats. CW, you're a bad influence on me. What's up, Sully? Nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. SC Medic in the chat. Sully. Hope you are doing well, my friend. Hope you are doing well. What's up, Snarbarky? The hook is dope. Fuck the woke. That's right, Snarbarky. That's right. I agree. It's my best Dave Rubin. That and stealing children. Whoa, that's wrong. I don't actually believe he stole children. Just, surrogacy. It's a thing. Oh. There are all kinds of philosophical. Good God, I've caught Biden. I've caught the Biden. I told you guys. I thought about just not doing anything tonight. Mama Dozer's doing better though. That's the update. She was almost out of the hospital today. Um, I need to call the night shifts. They're going to be there all night, so I'll call them after I get done with the stream and check in on her. Because when I called earlier, the nurses were just finishing up their shift change. So the nurse for my mom hadn't even been in her room yet to do an eval yet. So that's my main question. My main question that I want answered: does she know what year it is? Because if she knows what year it is, we're doing better. Last time I checked, she knew that it was close to Christmas. So that's an improvement. That was pretty rough there for a minute, guys. It sucked. She's doing better, I think. So, got C-dubs. That's right. There you go. Thanks for sharing. Trish, got the Discord link. We have 11 or 12 people over there in the Discord. The Dozer Den with Bill Dozer 74. Oh, thank you to Vernon. I think the name is Vernon for making a donation earlier today, either today or yesterday. $4 donation in my Venmo. Thank you so much for that. Your support means the world to me. To all my subscribers, thank you so much for your continued support. $5 a month, guys, to subscribe to the Dozer Den. Bill Dozer 74 is the channel. $5 a month, guys, and you get subscriber-only emotes. Your name is lit up in the most beautiful shade of MAGA red. Currently, my bobblehead is holding on to the tinfoil hat. It's almost like a shield. Look at that. Oh no, he lost his shield. I'm gonna help you out, little Trumpy. I got you, buddy. That's what sits on my desk. This is my work desk too, by the way. So sometimes I meet a like-minded individual in my line of work and get to show off my little Trumpy there. Hope you guys are having a good night, though. I do hope you guys are having a good night. Things are... Oh, CW, you landed a job again? Hell yeah, brother. Get it. Stay on it, man. Stay on it. Big things on the rise. Hell yeah, man. Congrats. Hope you're able to enjoy it and do well with it. Just don't catch... Sully, don't catch the Biden's drain bramage. Thanks, Sully. That's exactly how I was feeling earlier with that word, philosophical. We could get into philosophical endeavors. We could. We'll see, though. We'll see. Yeah, she's doing better. But still not out of the woods yet, and just got to make sure that damn stuff's out of her system. That's the biggest thing. Just making sure it's out of her system and making sure she's doing what she's supposed to do. That's the big thing. You can't make your parents do what they're supposed to do. It's an interesting spot in life when you as the offspring end up kind of parenting the parent at times. You got to do it sometimes, though. You got to do it sometimes. It's all right. We roll with it. We take the shit sandwich and we find ways to make it more palatable, guys. We find ways. She better stay out the dang hospital this time. Don't need her in the dang hospital for Christmas. She was already in there for Thanksgiving, and we don't want the two biggest holidays at the end of the year. Really don't want her to be in the hospital for both of them. We're trying to figure out what things we are going to make, because we are not going to expect mom to make a bunch of stuff for Christmas dinner. So what we are going to do is make food either at our houses and then make our way over to mom's. And I think I might try my hand at lemon meringue pie. Partially because it's one of my favorite pies, and partially because I want to share it with the world, aka my brothers and my mom and stepdad. Never made a lemon meringue pie, but it looks like it might be kind of difficult. Might have an issue with the consistency of the filling. So that's a baker's endeavor, I suppose, that I'm going to be tackling. Need to get a hold of isn't it Lady Hamilton? Doesn't she she's a cook, isn't she? I need to contact her and see if she has a good recipe. I bet you she does. I bet you she has a great recipe for it. Oh yeah. We're making plans, guys. We're making plans. What's up, Stormblade? Good to see ya. Thanks for lurking or listening, whichever. I love my lurkers. To all the people who choose to watch after the live stream, thank you so much for taking time to give this show a chance, even though it's not live and you're not in the chat mixing it up with the kill dozers here in the Dozer Den. I sincerely appreciate your views. And to the people over there on X and YouTube as well, even though YouTube gets barely any. X, I get a decent amount. So I got to check on my X peeps real quick. Make sure things are rolling well there. Okay. No way. Starting out. X is not showing the window for my video on the current live stream. What? What? Come on, X. Don't get me wrong. I love what's going on with the changes that we've seen there, but that's pretty ridiculous. That's got to be an error. I don't know. I don't know. Seems like whenever that window disappears on X, your views hit a brick wall. Is what it is, I suppose. It is what it is. Ooh, you're gonna make some peach cobbler. Nice. Blackberry cobbler. That's one of my favorites, except for the seeds. I don't like the seeds from blackberry cobbler. But it's good stuff, though. It's good stuff. Peach cobbler, excellent. Get some warm peach cobbler with a scoop of vanilla ice cream. Diabetes. Can you say it, folks? Good shit, though. It's good shit. Let me share this out on X. If you guys would like to share this episode of the Dozer Den, you're more than welcome to. Nobody ever has to support the Dozer Den, but if you want to send Rumble Rants, that is an option. Venmo and Cash App are also there as well. Nobody ever has to, but it is much appreciated if you feel so inclined. Help the Dozer Den grow so that we can welcome more Killdozers and Komatsus into the army of the Dozer Den. Metaphorical army, not a little army. Yet. Joking. Clearly satire. Although with some of the stuff that's going on in the federal government, man, it sure does feel like it might be Killdozer time. There's a lot going on. Looks to be that Elon Musk can now be referred to as the Dragon Slayer. The dragon, in this case, being the Omnibus, that monstrosity of a pork-infested bill to continue the government, the CR. They did some work. Vivek Ramaswamy, and Elon Musk. They did their work. They put it out to the American people. They got the awareness of the American people up, and the American people said, "No, thank you," and they let their representatives know. I mean, I was doing my part on X, but there were quite a few people that called their representatives and voiced their concerns, and that is what we need to do. That is what it is about. We must hold our representatives accountable, because if we don't, they sure as hell won't do it. They're not going to do it. Ugh, people like Crenshaw, freaking Eye Patch McCain, guys. He's the second topic. First topic is the Omnibus. Seems like it was slain, and then there was a much thinner version. Started its New Year's resolution early, one might say. Trimmed like 1,200 pages or 1,300 pages. It went from 1,500 to 116. Math. I think it was like 1,380 something. Yeah. But the problem with the thinner one was that it still had some issues as far as the debt ceiling was concerned. I don't know why on earth they can't just split things up, make it single issue bills, and pass things per issue so that these things can get the attention they deserve. How about that? That would be downright splendid if we could do that, right? Right, guys? It'd be downright splendid if we could just pass single issue bills. Look at the issue that needs to be addressed, do it. Snarbarky, you are correct. Rand Paul said Elon could be speaker on an X post. You don't need to be a member of Congress to be Speaker of the House. That's absolutely true. That is absolutely true. A normal freaking citizen could be voted in as the Speaker of the House. Now, is that going to be the best approach? I'd like to see it. Fuck it. Chaos. Let's see it. I want to see it, damn it. Let's just have a regular freaking citizen who has not been elected. Let's see him get in there and wheel and deal. Why not? Why not? Be better in this crap that they've been doing. We've got a Massie Minute that we're going to squeeze into the first topic. Nostradamus, I guess one might call him. I think I have a clip from him and Dana Loesch. Loesch. He calls it. He called this months ago. Said exactly. He literally laid out what was going to happen. Nostradamus, guys. The Massie Minute. Yep. Yep, they do the omnibus so that they can squeeze a bunch of unnecessary crap in there. Like a damn stadium in DC. Why? Why are we doing that? We don't need to do that. Screw off with that. Um, Changing up verbiage, right? Changing up how we talk about things. Instead of calling them offenders, calling them justice involved individuals. No, you are an offender. I worked somewhere in the past where they tried to change the nomenclature from sex offender to sexual harmer. That actually happened. And I said, no, thank you. I'm good. I'm going to continue calling them offenders and I'm going to continue to refer to them as an offender because what they did was extremely offensive. It was an affront to humanity, what they did. And they need to know that. And we are not going to sugarcoat that. We are going to call that out for what it is offensive. It was an offense on the person. They offended the world by doing what they did. So I was not going to change up how I talked about it in my writings or in my words. You are a sex offender that hopefully will never do that again. In the setting that I was in, that actually could happen. With adults, not so much. There's very little hope for adults. Barring some developmental disabilities where someone maybe didn't really understand what the hell they were doing and was just doing the exploration thing, but even then, you stay keep the person away from people. Gotta protect the damn kids, man. I get it. People have their considerations. They have their issues, whatever. But you got to protect the kids. That's what matters. It's important. Just a moment here. If I don't share it now, I'll keep forgetting and squirreling. And, well, it's a bit of a squirrely show at times, y'all. Bit of a squirrely show at times. How about Predator? Ooh. Predator for Speaker of the House? Or are we talking about predators in general? Hmm. You want something sugar coated to eat a donut? That's right. That's right. You got to call things what they are. You got to call things what they are. And when we get to this thing, this perspective that we have to be so considerate of the people who did bad things, no, you're giving them too much power. You're giving them too much power, and you have to push back against that. But the federal government apparently wanted to include that. Was that the Republicans or the Democrats? Well, looking at Mike Johnson and how I guess he's got some interesting stuff in his personal life that probably isn't fair game, but you know, it's interesting to look into. Um, might have some stuff in his family life that well, I don't want to speak out of turn because I haven't looked into it in a while, so I don't know 100%. So I don't want to speak out of turn. But oh, Predator, yeah, Predator definitely works. Sexual predator, yeah, yeah. Either one of those, I'm fine with. But the Harmer thing, that just softened it. And no, it should be stark. It should cause pause. There was a rhyme for you. Um, it's something that you need to feel bad about consistently. You should never stop feeling bad about that. But it is what it is, I suppose. I can do what I can do on my end. That's about it. That is about it. Guys, if you haven't followed my X account at Billdozer74 __, we get up to some shenanigans there on X. We were over 3,000 at one point for a brief shining moment. We were over 3,000 followers, and then we plummeted to 2,750, and now we're back up to 2,840. The yo-yo continues. I don't know where it'll stop. I don't know if it'll keep going up or not, but if you like what I'm doing, well, go ahead and check me out there. I get up to no good, but I also do some good, hopefully. Let's go ahead and share or pin this to my profile here for people visiting. Bam. That is crazy though. That is downright crazy. That the dang X video isn't showing up on my feed yet. Let me do an audio check real quick, make sure things are sounding good. I know you guys probably wouldn't be interacting with the chat here if it sounded like crap. So let me make sure though. Just gotta check. We are solid. We are solid. Good deal. Oh, man. Man, oh, man, guys. The second topic. Since, hurricane relief is one of the biggest things that the Congress people have been throwing out there as a reason to pass the spending bill, the omnibus. James O'Keefe, it's actually from a few days ago, or actually about a week ago, I think. He had a piece where he went into a North Carolina FEMA center to discuss the issues that we have seen with how they are distributing financial aid, disaster relief, concerning political affiliation. So, we're going to go ahead and look at that. We've got a clip from O'Keefe Media Group, OMG. And we're going to talk about that a little bit. The fact that disaster relief is being tied to political affiliation, and the fact that the Congress people are mentioning disaster relief or support for farmers or whatever in these continuing resolutions is one of the most despicable things I've ever seen. Oh, and the way they say it, like, oh, Elon Musk and Trump, they obviously don't care about the people who were affected by Hurricane Helene. How about you stop being pieces of garbage and actually just support the people who need your help, regardless of a continuing resolution? Make it a standalone bill and fucking pass it. Don't be a piece of shit. I don't know. Maybe this would help. Maybe if we had a giant banner in Congress that just right, and so that everybody there, all the representatives and all the senators can see it in each house. Don't be a piece of shit. Maybe that would actually help some things. You guys think that would actually help? Maybe if there's just that constant reminder, don't be a piece of shit. Maybe, maybe, maybe like right above the door frame so that you can like reach up and smack it like you're running out to a football game. You're going out to vote. Just don't be a piece of shit. Hit the sign. Don't forget to hit the sign. Don't be a piece of shit. No, no, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Streams can be muted. Mute me, Sanglent. Oh man, oh man. What's up, Duck Fat? What up, peeps? Coming in fully rendered and extra crispy. Fucking lazy ass mentally unstable employees. Those happen. Those happen, Duck Fat. Hope everything gets better on your end. Extra crispy. Congress thinks they need a raise. Oh yeah, guys, we've got a clip. That's our second topic, or our third. Yeah, third topic. Crybaby Crenshaw. Crybaby Crenshaw. We're going to talk about old Danny Boy. Oh, Danny Boy, you're such a fucking fag. You'll whine and complain about your raise absent. Oh my god, he had a meltdown about a week or so ago, or maybe 2 weeks ago, on I think it was oh gosh darn it, I don't remember the person's name. Not Sargon, maybe, I don't know. Where he just is just he's like a petulant child. Uh, Dan Crenshaw, thanks for your service, dude. But you have fallen so hard that you are just are you asking to be thrown out? Like, do you want to not win your next election? That's kind of what it looks like. And by all means, dude, keep fucking going. Because I hope the people, it's Texas, right? I hope the people of Texas will kick your ass out the next time they get a chance. Because you are a whiny little bitch right now, Crenshaw. At this point, I don't think you lost your eye in combat. At this point, I think you probably just forgot to wipe your hands and then you scratched your eye and you ended up with an infection on your cornea. And it resulted in you losing your eye. That's what I'm going to go ahead and go with. That's probably how Crenshaw lost his eye. Just got some poop on his hand, scratched his eye, horrible pink eye, caused the eye to go bad. Yep, that's where I'm at. Crenshaw used to be so solid. Was it a bait and switch? Guys? And yeah, Google had the do no evil and didn't change them. They got rid of the do no evil, didn't they? Or did they hide it in the very bottom of their terms of service? What's up, Slidey Pie? Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Sincerely appreciate your viewership, and I hope to continue to earn your viewership. It's been a good time so far, guys. We're at episode 43. Before you know it, we're going to be hitting episode 100. That will most likely be a chill stream. We might talk some new stuff, but that'll most likely be a chill stream. That's what I'm thinking. It's kind of what I'm feeling. Maybe 50 too. Who knows? Got 7 more episodes. 7 more episodes till we hit 50. I'm having fun. Hopefully you guys are too. Sully. For Crenshaw, a possible explanation for Crenshaw's eye. It may have been exposure to fluids under pressure at close range. Also plausible. That's also quite plausible. Excellent. Indel, they probably changed it to fuck it, go buck wild. Probably. Slidey, my backdrop's better than your closet, but this backdrop's gonna be having a dang nice deer skull right up there. I think it's gonna go right in the middle there. Thought about moving that flower painting out of the way, and putting the deer skull there. But Lady Dozer, she didn't quite like that idea. Didn't like being watched over by the deer skull with the antlers. She's got this irrational fear that it might fall or something like that, and then the antlers would land on you or something. I don't know why it would fall. It's not like any. Well, anyways. Sometimes you gotta do work. Guys. Balls get knocked around. You know, it happens. Got some fish up there that I want to get right up there. 2 fish. They're actually my first mounts I've ever had. One of them was a 5-pounder because I was 13 and I thought that was a huge bass. And then one of them was a 6.5-pounder that I got on an old pale blue jerk bait with a white belly. Had the old school bills that has like the kind of the curved lip, not the flat bill, but kind of curved up, you know. I used the hell out of that lure, and it actually was my father's lure from his old tackle box, and I found it in there and started using it, and man, it actually just tore up the fish. Just twitch, reel in a little bit, twitch, and after I caught my bass, went back to that pond, just a little farm pond, you know, a bunch of cows around, and I caught a 13-pound channel cat on a jerk bait that same day, and I hadn't changed my line, and it was slightly frayed. And once I got the channel cat up to the shore, his lip stuck into the bottom of the bank there, and I foolishly grabbed a hold of the line, and it snapped. But he landed right on the bank, and I jumped on top of him, and I was like, "Hey, there we go." I was like 13, 14. I was like 14, I think, and yeah, that was that was probably my best day of fishing at that time in my life, pound wise, at 6.5 plus 13, so almost 20 pounds of fish just in 2 right there. It was a good day. We had a good time. If you can turn around, you need more antlers, saying Lant. That's a good point. No antlers in a bedroom. No, we're gonna have antlers. We're gonna have antlers and fish. I got my big fish out there on a piece of driftwood on the wall opposite my father's 8.5, 9-pound Florida variety or southern variety largemouth, which there's a difference between the northern variety and the southern variety. Northern usually doesn't get as big, and the scales are a little bit bigger, and the mouth isn't as wide. The head isn't as prominent in the northern or Texas style largemouth. Now the southern or Florida variety, smaller scales, bigger head, bigger mouth, and they just get bigger because it's warmer down there. So there's definitely some cool anatomical differences between the 2 mounts. It's cool to look at the differences between the 2. I only know all that because I did an in-depth report on the difference between the species of largemouth bass eating and breeding habits when I was in 8th grade. 14-page report. I only had to do 8 pages. And you want to hear how petty my teacher was? Miss Baggett. She took points off for going over the page limit when I was in 8th grade. She took points off. What a bitch. What a bitch. That's the only teacher that I got up and threw a desk at a wall. She told me to leave the room. I said, "All right, fuck you." Stood up, shoved the desk at the wall. She was not a nice person. She's one of those ladies that would walk up to you and go, "I'll pray for you," when you just said something that was slightly off color or slightly against her worldview. Walk up real slow, put a hand on your shoulder or your hand. "I'll pray for you." Bitch, thanks, but I'm good. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't like that teacher. 8th grade year was not the best. We still made things happen, though. We still made things happen. It was a good time. It was a good time. The last topic of the night will be the impending, incoming, supposed resignation of Lil Castro, aka Justin Trudeau. Apparently, this has happened multiple times, which I think this is the first time in history that this has happened multiple times where his own party has been looking like, dude, you probably need to go. It looks like things are escalating in Canada, aka America's hat. Looks like people are getting tired of him. Looks like people are getting tired of Lil Castro. Authoritarian as his father at times. That's for sure. That is for sure. No, Baggett brothers. Both are assholes. One is Ray and the other is Derek. We call them. Oh, yeah. Those are good nicknames. Those are good. Yeah, that sounds like it. Oh, my goodness. What is going on? Don't know what my chat is doing over here. I'm looking at the Rumble app and I'm seeing some stuff looking weird. Oh, well. It'll be all right. Yes, we have a Pepe. We have a Pepe. See that right there? See that Pepe? It's a beautiful Pepe. Only a few. Only a few get access to that Pepe. We do have emotes for everybody as well. Governor Trudeau. Governor Trudeau. Governor Trudeau of the 51st state of Canada. Nice Pepe. There's more. There's more. Yeah, he's gonna need to resign from governorship. It's so funny. It's so funny how angry those sensitive little Maple Leafs got about the joke. It was a joke, guys. It was a joke. Trump doesn't actually, although it would probably be better for Canada. It'd be better for everybody probably if they were a 51st state. Just saying. Just saying. But no, it was a joke. He was trolling Trudeau. It was a good point though. It was a good point that he had. Honestly, if we're going to be completely honest. Guys, I finally started opening up my True Social. We've got some we've got a few posts to read from Trump's True Social. His posts, his truths. I don't like calling it that. But you know what, guys? That leads us into our first sponsor of the night, Truth Social. If you're looking for a great place online for news, discussion, and entertainment, then check out Truth Social, Donald Trump's social media website. You'll get breaking news stories and commentary from top media figures. If you want to see Trump's legendary Truth Social posts, then get on Truth Social today. Join a growing community of patriots on a free speech platform designed to avoid censorship and cancellation by big tech. Make your voice heard. Join the movement. Join True Social. I am over there on True Social as well, Billdozer74. I make posts there every now and then. Not all the time, just sometimes. Need to get a little bit more active there. I am on Gab as well. If you guys want to follow me there, just ignore the Nazis. Ignore the Nazis and the literal KKK minded individuals. If unless those are your folks, I guess. But I usually just block them, which is cool. Which is cool. Oh my god, son of a bitch, son of a bitch. I mentioned that, and then I look over and I see CW, Mein Führer. God dang it! That was great timing. It was great timing. Oh my gosh. Snarbarky, new flag. Make our stars gold and make a giant maple leaf in white behind the stars and the blue. Interesting. Interesting design. Maybe. Maybe. Guys, Trump has been kind of off and on and off. It's a mixed bag with Trump, and it's always been that way, guys. It's always been that way with Trump. He's never going to be 100% of what you want, which honestly you shouldn't expect that from anybody. But I, his spat with Chip Roy about the omnibus is misguided. I think Chip Roy is probably not just being super principled, as some might say. Because here's the thing: if we look at Chip Roy's past, and we will get into that for sure. If we look at Chip Roy's past, he has had some really shit takes as far as like Ken Paxton goes with the impeachment, with Donald Trump in the impeachment, Liz Cheney. I think he might have wanted to enforce the shot mandates. Gonna make I've got a thread I think that we'll look through here in a little bit. Chip Roy's got some great points at times, and it sounds good what he's talking about with fiscal responsibility, with not including the debt ceiling in that trimmed down version of the CR. Um, but I think there are some that are just not going to vote for it out of spite. I think there are some. Now, I don't think Thomas Massie is one of those individuals. I think Thomas Massie is absolutely principled in this in his opposition to this bill. And I agree. But I also can see other people's perspectives, like Will Chamberlain. We have a lengthy post from Will Chamberlain, and I don't always agree with him. I actually disagree with him more often than I agree with him because he's like a more of a Ron DeSantis type guy. Um, so it's there's nuance. There has to be some nuance in this. His perspective on the debt ceiling is, there instead of comparing it directly to like a credit card, like you or I might have, the difference there. My thing is just break it up into single issue bills. That would be the simplest thing to do, which is what Thomas Massie has suggested, and apparently what House GOP leadership is considering. They're considering breaking it apart. That 116 pages, you've trimmed a lot. Break it apart and then vote on everything individually. Pass the things individually so that just that is the simplest thing to do. That is the most that is the sign of is a sign of integrity on their part would be to just go ahead and vote on things single issue. Don't slam a bunch of stuff in. Don't, have a bunch of riders. Don't attach hurricane relief to a CR. How despicable are you? And then to put it off on other people, to put it off on the American people who don't support you just throwing all this money. Come on, man. No. No. Ugh. Hey, Harry Toe. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to smash that like button. Comment in the comment section. Guys, Rumble has this awesome new feature, repost. When you click repost, you can do a little like a post with it. And when you do that, everybody that follows you can see your repost and hopefully give this video a look-see, if you will. Worth checking out. Try out that new button. Good times. Again, thank you, Sterling, for the raid. Common Censored, guys, if you haven't followed Common Censored yet, give them a follow. He streams Monday through Friday, 6:45 Eastern to about 9:45 or 10 o'clock Eastern. Goes about 3 hours. Good stuff over there. Talking about all the goings on in the world, here nationally and internationally. Good stuff. Good stuff. So the first topic, like I said, we have the omnibus. The omnibus that wasn't because Elon Musk. He took out his sword of righteousness, the Doge sword, the sword of Doge, and he sliced it to pieces. Down to 116 pages, in fact. But not everybody is happy. Not everybody is happy with what's been going on. There's been a kerfuffle. There's been a gnashing of teeth, if you will, on Capitol Hill. How dare the people have a say in this? How dare Elon Musk put it out to the folks of X? They say President Musk. No, he's just pointing it out. And then the people are making their voices heard. And if you are that opposed to the people making their voices heard, you need to fucking resign. Get the fuck out. You work for us. We don't work for you. You are not in an ivory tower. You are a citizen as well, that we as the people have entrusted with responsibility to represent our interests, not yours, not your lobbies, our interest. A lot of people that get elected get this really, really twisted perception that they are somehow on another level compared to us. People like the arrogant asshole Crybaby Crenshaw. No, you're a citizen too, fucker. God, he's such a garbage individual. Not the good garbage like us here in MAGA. We're the best garbage, the garbage that could 100% be recyclable, used for better things. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Yep. That we do. That we do. And they want a raise. They want a $70,000 a year raise because, gosh, we haven't even gotten a raise in, since 2009. I mean, gosh, God, I can barely afford to buy toilet paper. Oh, God, who am I? I can barely afford ramen noodles. God, I'm such a, I mean, come on. You really? Really? I don't have like $20,000, like $20,000 in the stock market. Come on. No, you fucking liar. I got a community note real quick. That was good. That was good. He got a community note real quick for that one. I was glad to see it. Glad to see it. No, he makes much more in the stock market. Has like $115,000 or something, worth like $4 million. So, yeah, you ain't hurting, Crybaby Crenshaw. You ain't hurting, boy. Yeah, yeah. We called out Cat Turd for what reason? Because Cat Turd said a thing that Crenshaw didn't like. Cat Turd called him out for being a whiny bitch. And Crenshaw went all ape shit about it. We'll go through the thread later. He lost his mind a little bit. I think Crenshaw is trying to lose re-election. That's what I think. That or he's looking for an ethics violation to be censured. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. The people saying that. I'm gonna quit playing the dollars. Dumb. It's an interesting point. It's a very interesting point. If enough people rose up and said no to taxes, but are you going to fight the IRS? Technically, if you're not doing business overseas, the IRS does not have jurisdiction over you. But who's going to fight that battle? Who's going to fight that battle? If you don't have the resources, how can you actually make that legitimate argument? Because it is a legitimate argument. It's a good point. It is a good point. Yeah. Yep, I don't really care for Cattard. Also, I mean, well, Cattard has his points, but when he got sycophantic there for a while and got drunk on his own power, he kind of turned me off, and I just stopped watching. He got weird there towards the end of the election cycle, and I mean, he's I think overall probably a good voice, but yeah, he kind of lost me when he started getting a little bit too sycophantic, and like I said, I think he got a little bit drunk on his own power. God bless you, man. And if you still watch him, I'm not going to say don't watch him. Guy does. I used to enjoy the heck out of it when I did watch, but I think he does his show at 3 o'clock or something, and I usually am watching Redacted or listening to Redacted if I don't have a meeting at that time. Sometimes even with a meeting, I might have it on in the background. I go back for the replay though. Redacted's a great show to check out too. By the way, good news stuff. Good news stuff. Man. All right. So some people aren't quite happy. We have an article here that we're going to share from Fox News. First, though, we have a little video that we're going to play. Got a Faulkner, one of my favorite people over there on Fox News. Good old Faulkner. Yes, Harry Toe. That's one of the things that turned me off. When he started going after people for even barely criticizing Trump or something like that, like he got sycophantic as hell there for a minute. And here's the thing. I'm not going to hang off of Trump's orange golden orange balls. I'm not going to do it. When he does stupid shit or says stupid shit, we have to hold him accountable, guys. We can't be like the left that says, oh, good, my person, goody, goody, my person got in. We can stop holding them accountable. We can stop paying attention. No, we hold our people's feet to the fire and hold them accountable. That way, they do what the hell they said they were going to do. That's what we need to do. Now, that doesn't mean you go all crazy about it, but you do have to hold your people accountable. That's important. It is intellectual consistency, and we need to maintain that as more independent-minded individuals, because we're not going to do that gang mentality thing, guys. At least I won't. If you want to, fine, but I think that's kind of silly. I don't. I obviously lean right on most things, but I'm not going to kiss ass just because you're on my side or you're on my team. I'm going to criticize where criticism is appropriate. That is how things get better. Constructive criticism is important, because if we don't, and I've said this before, the Trump team is absolutely paying attention to social media. They're absolutely paying attention to us. And if we make enough noise, we make enough of a fuss, they will change course. We've seen it a few times. We've seen it a few times with that dude. I started calling him Stella instead of Chad. Cronenberger or Cronister, something like that, down there in Florida. The DEA pick. We made a change there, guys. We made a change there. It's possible. Goodness gracious. Pretty much done with the man cold, by the way. Pretty much done with the man cold. A little bit of sniffles still yet, but mostly done. Mostly done. Let's go ahead and share this video real quick, and then we'll read through the article here from Fox News. Fox News. Am I going to have to refresh? Oh, nope. You know what? I almost boomered it. There we go. Got it, guys. We got it. Let's play this clip real quick. Can't do it over there on that screen, can I, y'all? Uh-oh.
Senior congressional correspondent Chad Pergram is on Capitol Hill. Chad, I want to start off with just a conflict and a question. I mean, did Trump's team know the contours of this bill, and how would that have changed things would be a question that I have. I don't know if we have the answers yet.
It's hard to believe that if you had House Speaker Mike Johnson meeting with President-elect Trump, repeatedly talking to him on the phone, going to Mar-a-Lago, going to the Army-Navy game, that this did not come up. And that's something that people are looking at right now. Who knew what, who was aware of what, and whether or not this was kind of, processed with Republican members. This is a complicated political riddle to solve, especially since there is so little time. And the previous bill imploded in such spectacular fashion. Republicans are trying to find a way out of this cul-de-sac with a government funding deadline looming in the wee hours of Saturday morning.
We're working with he and the vice president to address some of the things. He wants to start the presidency on a sound footing, and we want him to as well. And
that is an impressive beard back there to the right. Well done, bearded man.
That's, I think that's one of the things that we're all focused on. We're going to get it resolved.
Is debt ceiling in the
hopefully
mix?
Tomorrow.
President-elect Trump stunned Republicans, asking for a last-minute debt ceiling hike. He wants that included in the spending package. That way it's off the table next year. But House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries says the only reason Mr. Trump wants that is, quote, so that House Republicans can lower the amount of...
He's the new Obama, by the way. Hakeem Jeffries, he's the new Obama. Mark it down, and I've said it before, mark it down. He's going to be their new pick for the Obama-esque approach. He's probably going to be the next one. He's the guy. What the hell just happened? I did not tell you to do that, Fox. How dare you? Some bitches. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Oh, God. Why must you do this? We're going to do a refresh. Some House Republicans privately furious at Musk and Ramaswamy after government shutdown talks implode. Let's see if the dang website will do what it's supposed to do. I didn't turn my ad blocker off. Somebody suggested that last time. My bad. I've got to do that. Let's see if it'll work this time.
Senior congressional correspondent Chad Pergram is on Capitol Hill
with President-elect Trump, repeatedly talking to him on the phone, going to Mar-a-Lago, going to the Army-Navy game, that this did not come up. And that's something that people are looking at right now. Who knew what, who was aware of what, and whether or not this was kind of, processed with Republican members. This is a complicated political riddle to solve, especially since there is so little time. And the previous bill imploded in such spectacular fashion. Republicans are trying to find a way out of this cul-de-sac with a government funding deadline looming in the wee hours of Saturday morning.
Yes.
We're working with
Swift
he
Fox
and the
Mike.
Vice President to address some of the things. He wants to start the presidency on a sound footing, and
It's too easy.
And we want him to as well. And that's, I think that's one of the things that we're all focused on. We're going to get it resolved.
Is debt ceiling in the
hopefully
mix?
tomorrow.
President-elect Trump stunned Republicans, asking for a last-minute debt ceiling hike. He wants that included in the spending package. That way it's off the table next year. But House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries says the only reason Mr. Trump wants that is, quote, so that House Republicans can lower the amount of your Social Security check. Hard pass. Democrats don't like that the GOP reneged on a deal.
The situation we find ourselves in is that the Republicans have rolled back once again what we negotiated with them. So the ball's in their court, but we have a billionaire calling the shots for the GOP.
No.
And we'll see what they do today.
False
This
framing.
is up to them.
False framing.
Republicans have leaned on Democrats to provide votes to pass every major fiscal bill this Congress. Democrats were stunned when Elon Musk blew up the bill yesterday.
My main question is just...
Thank you so much, Indel. Appreciate the sub. You have yourself a great evening. Rest well.
If Elon Musk is kind of cosplaying co-president here, I don't know why Trump doesn't just hand him the Oval Office, or Speaker Johnson should maybe just hand Elon Musk the gavel if they just want that billionaire to run the country.
Now, here's the problem.
Make him
Many House
speaker.
conservatives won't support any debt ceiling increase without matching spending cuts. And finding trillions of dollars in immediate cuts is a massive undertaking, especially with just hours to do it. Harris?
And just real quickly, that timetable for a potential shutdown.
Yeah, 11:59 p.m. tomorrow night. They're almost out of track right now. Unless something happens right now, the government is going to shut down on the weekend before Christmas.
Good. At this point, good. I don't care. Go for it. Shut it down. Like, seriously, though. Like, it's not going to... People say, oh, the shutdown, it gets all scary, and there's the fear-mongering is involved. But it's really not that bad. They keep things going for most people. Soldiers are still going to get paid. It's rarely ever is as bad as what they make it sound like it's going to be. Swift Fox Mark II had a good point. And how many billionaires, many of whom went to Epstein Island and Diddy parties, are telling Democrats what to do? Yeah. Your billionaires aren't okay. We can't let you have your billionaires. Here's the thing, though. He said give Elon Musk the gavel. Yeah, we could technically do that. He could be the Speaker of the House. You don't have to be an elected member of Congress to be the speaker. Will it ever happen? No, it's a pipe dream. But it's a fun thought, isn't it? See, we've got over 50 people watching over there on Rumble. Guys, don't forget to smash that like button, comment in the comment section, follow this channel. If you have not created a Rumble account yet, take 5 minutes out your day. Support a free speech platform and support small-time creators like myself. I'm not the only one here that's worth watching. There's quite a few people on this platform that are worth giving your views. Hopefully, since you're here, hopefully you like what you see, and hopefully I continue to earn your viewership. If not, I guess I understand. But, give me a chance. You'll learn to love me at some point, I swear. Good times, good times. Glad you guys are here and watching. I'm glad you're having a good time. Yeah, give the federal workers an early Christmas break. They could work. Ooh, Alex Jones for speaker. The frog prophet himself. That would be pretty awesome. Harry Toe with the good advice. Guys, smash that like button. Give it a good thumping. Give it the people's elbow. Oh, man. Earlier, I got a good lift in today, guys. I felt it appropriate with the Superman shirt, Had to get a good lift in. Got some curls, did some standing dumbbell, some 21s or 28s, sevens. It's a sevens curl workout. You hold your dumbbell up here, 7 reps, stop, 7 reps, stop, and then alternate back and forth till you hit 28 reps. And then bench press, 3 sets of 10. I went light, only 225. That's light for me. But I also haven't bench pressed to like actually hit the bench in a while. So I figured I'd just do 225, 3 sets of 10, nice and slow, controlled, stretching out all the joints that you need to for that. And then dumbbell press. Did 2 sets of 30 with just 40-pound dumbbells, dumbbell press. Just good, get a good pump. Get the rust shook off a little bit. Been doing a lot of body weight exercises, ab rollers and push-ups and stuff like that. So it's good. It's good, but it's good to add the weights in there too. So nothing wrong with kettlebells, Harry Toe. That's a great exercise. I agree. That is just, I can't argue with that, guys. I can't argue with CW. Give Bill your money. Appreciate you, C-Dubs. Appreciate you. Good Lord. Oh my goodness. Swift Mark, you over in the Ricada Law community. Nice. Good deal. Good deal. Just saw you liked that post there. I also have a locals community, the dozerden.locals.com. I forgot to start a live chat on this post, and I still need to figure out how to live stream to locals as well. It's for some reason doesn't do it yet. But oh my goodness. $20. Hey, it worked, CW. Look at that. You're magic. It's the spirit of Christmas, guys. Harry Toe with a massive, massive $20 Rumble rant, turning the chat an awesome shade of magenta or purple for the less cultured. Okay. Simple $20 Rumble rant. Okay. Thank you so much. Sincerely, I appreciate the donation. Nobody ever has to donate to the Dozer Den, but everybody who does, it is sincerely appreciated. Thank you very much, Harry Toe. Thank you very much indeed. Good job, guys. Good job. That's mauve? Is it mauve? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I thought it was magenta, but I am a man. At least that's what it says on my birth certificate. Who knows, guys? I had a diversity training today. Shit. Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. Diversity trainings are always fun. I'll just leave it at that. Part of the work. Part of the work. You got to do it. You got to do it. Appreciate you too, Harry Toe. Subscriber rant. That's right. That's right. Oh my gosh. Let's go ahead and get into this article here. Some Republicans are privately fuming after Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy got involved in congressional talks on government funding, leading the charge to tank a bipartisan deal. They say bipartisan deal quite a bit, don't they? They say that like it means a damn thing to us anymore. It doesn't. It doesn't, especially when the bipartisan individuals, when the both sides of the aisle thing, when it ends up being mostly establishment. That's what they mean. When they say bipartisan deal, they mean the establishment. That's all it means. Neurodivergent one, my favorite autist, coming into the chat. Smash that thumbs up, peeps. Let's check and see. Let's look at how many thumbs up we have. Guys, I gotta check. Let's see what we're doing. See how we're doing over on Rumble. Sorry if you hear some noise here for a second. Boom. We're at 19. We are at 19 thumbs up, guys. Smash that like button. Got to get those numbers up, guys. We got 51 people watching right now. Like I said earlier, if you haven't created a Rumble account, guys, couple minutes, support free speech. It's not perfect. No platform will be. But Rumble is definitely one of the tops, in my opinion. Yep. CW. CW is hitting it on point. Get that shit out of Congress. Bulldoze it out the way. Or killdoze it out the way. You got to do it. You got to do it. Oh my goodness. Let me pull it back up here. There we go. Back to the article. Several GOP lawmakers granted anonymity to speak freely about a sensitive situation were either frustrated about the pair getting involved or believe they exacerbated long-standing weaknesses within the House Republican Conference. Maybe it'll make you better then. Musk and Vivek should not have jumped in at the 11th hour and should have handled it directly with the speaker. All right. All right. All right. Real quick. This whole 11th hour bullshit. This whole waiting until the 20th bullshit. You guys have known for months that you were going to need to pass something to continue funding the government, but you push it until the very fucking end. Like always. It's like clockwork. You're so goddamn predictable every fucking time. You squeeze it to the end of the year, and then you act like it's this big freaking clusterfuck, when in reality, if you would have just gone ahead and done your fucking jobs and gotten your shit done on time, guess what? Us normal people, we have deadlines sometimes that we have to stick to. We have, calendars that we stick to and meetings and stuff that we actually try to adhere to. But you guys think that you can do this every fucking time. Nostradamus, Thomas Massie called you guys out months ago about this bullshit. He said exactly what you were going to do, and he was absolutely 100% correct. It almost never fails. It almost never fails. Fuck you guys for doing this shit where you put it to the very end and act like it has to be an emergency. It doesn't. It doesn't have to be an emergency. Do your fucking jobs from now on and actually get shit done on time. How about that? How about that? You want to raise? You want to raise, motherfuckers? Do your jobs. How about that? Ugh. It's detestable. Detestable, I tell you. Back to the article. One might say I was slightly triggered by that sentence. On to the rest. Folks on the same side shouldn't act like these two, one House Republican said. They're more about the clicks and bright lights than getting the job done. I'll have nothing to do with them after watching them publicly trash the speaker. The speaker should be trashed because he's garbage. He's just the same as McCarthy. Honestly, might be a little bit worse. McCarthy was really bad. If we could get Massie, my God, if we could get Massie in there as the speaker, it'll never happen. But man, it sure would be awesome, wouldn't it? A breath of fresh air. A second GOP lawmaker said if Elon and Vivek are freelancing and shooting off the hip without coordination with President-elect Trump, they are getting dangerously close to undermining the actual 47th president of the United States. Here's the thing. Good advisors are going to challenge you when you are making stupid decisions. Good subordinates are going to let you know when you're fucking up. They're going to be honest with you. And if you foster that type of managerial approach, you're going to be a better supervisor, a better manager, a better president, a better leader. If you can take advice from the people that you have supporting you. If you want a bunch of yes men, you're going to end up failing. Just like Trump did in a lot of ways in his first administration. He had a bunch of yes men around him that were fluffing his freaking balls the whole time. But in reality, you had a lot of bullshit that was going on in the background that he didn't know about because they were saying he was doing such a great job and stroking his ego. That was one of the problems. Trump wants to be liked. And when he has a bunch of people around him saying he's doing a great job, well, he's not going to change. He's not. That's why we have to make our voices heard, guys. We have to make our voices heard. Oh yeah. It was 1,500 pages. They trimmed it down to 116, Trish won. Exactly, Snarbarky. He entrusted them to be advisors. That's what's happening. And they're advising and they're putting it out there. They're pushing for the right things. No, Dom, hope everything's going all right health-wise. I know I know that lab stuff can get tricky, man. God, it fucking hit my ass. I gotta get my labs done every 6 months or so. And if you go to a hospital lab, they're going to charge you an insane amount compared to if you go to an independent lab. If you go to an independent lab, they don't charge as much because it's not hospital materials. Go to the hospital to get your blood drawn, $700 or $800 just for drawing blood, a couple vials out of your vein. Absurd. And of course the lab, facility there at the hospital. But that is insurance Insurance is a racket, guys. Insurance is an absolute racket. $700 bill here, $700 bill here, $800 bill there. It adds up. It adds up. I hope you find the right one, Dom, and you're able to get into the right people and get your stuff taken care of. That sucks, dude. Oh my goodness. Damn, dude. 500 miles of driving. Hope you got out and stretched your legs. What's up, salt dumpster? Said sup, F-slurs. I mean, fags. Good to see you, salt dumpster. Thanks for joining, and thank you for your continued support to the Dozer Den, sir. Couldn't do it without you. Appreciate you guys. We may be raiding AP again. I don't know. We'll see. Seems to be he's one of the ones that's on after I'm done. So I did say that we are going to keep this to about 2.5 hours. So I usually am with Dirty Rotten Liar, though. So we'll probably be here for about 2.5 to 3 hours. Just being honest. There we go. All right, where were we at here? A third one. They got a third anonymous GOP source, guys. A third lawmaker accused Ramaswamy of distorting facts. He didn't read the entire continuing resolution, and the vast majority of what he was talking about is misinformation, they said. Speaker Mike Johnson, Republican from Louisiana, was gearing up to hold a vote on a bipartisan 1,547-page deal. Doesn't need to be that long. Trim the fat. To extend current government funding levels through March 14th, known as a continuing resolution. The goal was to give congressional negotiators more time to cobble together an agreement on how to fund the government for the remainder of fiscal year 2025, while also kicking the fight into a term where Republicans control the House, Senate, and White House. But GOP hardliners were furious about what they saw as unrelated measures and policy riders being added to the bill at the last minute. They're right. They're very right. It's not just what they saw as, it's what's the truth. Man, Fox is such... Ugh. Sometimes Fox... One of these days, Fox... Bam! Zoom! Straight to the moon. Talking about space travel. Right? That's what they said in Futurama, right, guys? Oh, man. Did you guys... Oh, you guys talking about Mersh? He got butthurt at me. Moved was trying to find a new local doctor. Turns out it was better for me to drive to see the old one. Well, hey, you know what? You found who was good for you, Dom. We thought we were going to have to change all our doctors recently because the hospital where all our providers are and our insurance company, they weren't coming to a deal, and so we were just about to have to change everything. And yeah, it would have sucked. But let me see here. Let's see. St. Lance, Mersh. Why are we talking about Mersh? He was getting on a plane or something, and I was chit-chatting. I watch their show. I watch Revenge of the Sis and, Nightwave every now and then. I just don't usually comment. I'm just listening usually. And I commented in there, and then I mentioned that I stream, and he got butthurt about it. Well, I started off making fun of his mic because he was using his phone in an airport, so his audio sounded like shit. And I was like, "Damn, are you talking into a potato?" And then I just kind of mentioned that I stream, and he was not happy. I mean, they're okay. They're okay. They're okay. They do things. They do things. I just thought it was kind of silly. He got grumpy. He got grumpy with me. Oh. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Do we stream it? Do I stream at the same time? Maybe that's why I don't. Maybe that's one of the reasons that I don't watch Nightwave as much. I get in there and lurk every now and then, but that's fun. That's fun. Audio always sounds like shit on Mersh's show. I saw him on, they were on We Are Changed with Luke Rudkowski the other day. I didn't get to watch all of it, but I watched a little bit. I guess Luke was on with old Beanie Man. Ooh, did Tim Pool sell out to the Daily Wire? Do we have an official answer on that yet, guys? Did Beanie Man sell out to the Daily Wire? His response was downright twatty. Beanie Man's response about Chicken City, this huge wall of text. It was a TLDR. I scanned through it, and it was just him being a sarcastic twit, which that's his homeostasis is sarcastic shithead on Twitter, anyways, or X. I don't know. It would be really interesting if they did sell out to the Daily Wire. He should be a little bit more respectful to his viewers, in my opinion, though, and actually address the issue. That's just my opinion. Salt dumpster. Well, that's some good reviews there. Full disclosure from Harry Toe. Full disclosure, I have a government Cadillac insurance. It's a $10 copay for almost everything. My coworker had leukemia, and the insurance paid $1 million, and he paid $35. Holy shit! Nice, good for you, Harry Toe. I have 80/20. I mean, I have decent insurance, but it's not that good. My copays are $25, and depending on the area that you go, I guess I get hit with some garbage bills sometimes. Garbage bills. Oh, nice. You guys give Mersh stuff. Good deal. Man. Insurance is a racket, guys. It just is. And I hate that like I said before, I've become kind of radicalized as far as my perspective goes on spending. If we're going to spend trillions of dollars for wars that make no difference to this country, why don't we just go ahead and freaking how about this? Instead of like government healthcare, maybe like a grant system set up where all the tax dollars they would spend on wars that we don't need to be involved in, like the Sandbox or Ukraine, or down in Africa, or down in, islands, and where we go and expand our sphere of influence and overthrow regimes / duly elected governments to supplant with our own. Maybe instead of spending all the money on that, maybe we have a fund set up for people who, after the insurance does its thing, and then they're left with thousands of dollars of bills, maybe they are able to apply for a grant. And then that grant could maybe take care of that stuff. I don't know. I am not an expert in that field, but I kind of like the idea of that. I don't know. Yeah, Snarlbarky. Insurance is Latin for I got duped. I agree. It sure does suck. Let's see. GOP lawmaker hardliners were furious about what they saw as okay, we read that. In addition to averting a partial government shutdown through March 14th, the bill also includes provisions on healthcare and ethanol fuel, plus more than $100 billion in disaster aid funding, measures to fund the rebuilding of Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge, and the first pay raise for lawmakers since 2009. They don't need a raise. Oh my God! Well, we haven't even gotten a cost of living raise. Come on. Gosh, guys, we'll just keep whipping ourselves. Literally said that. Crybaby Crenshaw. Musk and Ramaswamy soon joined the opposition, with Musk even threatening to back primary challengers to Republicans who supported the CR. Less than 24 hours after the legislation was released, House Majority Leader Steve Scalise, Republican from Louisiana, told reporters the bill was dead. Ding dong, the bill is dead. Pretty much. House GOP leaders have been working toward a plan B, but it's unclear they'll get much, if any, Democratic support. I think two Democrats voted for the bill, the 116th pager. A fourth House Republican who spoke with Fox News Digital said of Musk's involvement, I think he influenced weak members who didn't have direction until he tweeted. He's just highlighting bad governance and indirectly a weak legislative branch, they said. Then get better. Trump, meanwhile, threatened to primary Republicans who supported a clean CR without an increase of the debt limit, which expires January 2025. He's trying to get this taken care of before he takes office so that it's not a fight whenever he gets in. I get it. But also, you do have to address the debt limit at some point, don't you? I mean, don't you? There you go. Good stuff. You called him a crybaby on X today. He is. He's a fucking pussy. That's great that you served. It's great that you were a Navy SEAL. But right now, you've been acting like a petulant little twat. So go fuck yourself in your eye hole, Crenshaw. Oh, Eye Patch McCain. Eye Patch McCain. That's what he is, guys. That's what he is. Let me see here. Get to my bookmarks. Let's get to my bookmarks, y'all. Let's see what we got. I am hearing noise in my... Oh, it's my dang... These are a little bit cheap. I'm not going to lie. They're on ONN brand from Walmart headphones. They get the job done, kind of. But one of the cable is a little bit wonky. So if it's kind of like bent the wrong way, you might hear a little static. Hopefully that's not coming through on y'all's end. I don't think it would be, but let's check and see what we got here. I actually took the time to create a new folder on X for my bookmarks so that I would get the ones that are specifically associated with the topics of the day. Let me see here. Let me find it. We had un momento. Oh, we have a lengthy post from Marjorie Taylor. I thought I had the Will Chamberlain post, but evidently I didn't put it in here. Son of a biscuit. Unless I put it in my other section here. Gosh darn it. I thought I got it. Let me check him out. Pulling it up here. He's got a quite nuanced take. And like I said, I don't agree with Will Chamberlain most of the time. He's a Ron DeSantis type, one of the DeSimps. But he has a response to Chip Roy. And Trump's going pretty hard at Chip Roy, too. I think Chip Roy is out for himself based on his stance with the Ken Paxton and the Trump impeachment. That's what I think. But it doesn't mean that he's wrong in his approach here. Now, the comparison might be a little bit off. Chip Roy makes the comparison. He compares the debt limit to an individual's credit card limit. And they aren't the same. I agree that they are not. So he was mad that the last bill had the $110 billion in deficit spending, unpaid for, zero increase in the national credit card. That's what he's calling it. New bill, $110 billion in deficit spending, unpaid for, and $4 trillion added to the debt ceiling increase with zero in structural reforms. If that's exactly what it is, yeah, he's right. He's objectively, like on just that, the number wise. I mean, yeah. But here's a nuanced approach from Will Chamberlain. Bear with me here. We're going to read through this post. So Will Chamberlain, there's a number of big problems with Chip Roy's mode of thinking. And if you understand them, you'll understand why Trump and Elon are right and why Chip is wrong. The analogy between the debt ceiling and a credit card limit is terrible. If you fail to pay off credit card debt, ultimately, you'll declare personal bankruptcy, where a court will simply wipe away your debts. Your credit rating will go down. The bank will write off some debt. No big deal. It's a big deal for small folks. If the United States government defaults on its debts, catastrophic consequences would ensue all over the globe. U.S. treasuries are the backbone of the global financial system. The security of treasuries isn't just the backbone of our economic power, they're the backbone of our military power too. We need to trim that a little bit too as far as the expansionary expansionary approach to the military. Defense for sure, but we need to chill a little bit. The MIC is out of control. The debt ceiling always gets raised because it has to be raised. I don't know if I agree with that, but because no president can just let the country default. Trump rightly wants the debt ceiling raised now. This is his perspective here. It's come and go, kind of. It's come and go. Republicans will have a tiny, unworkable majority in Trump's first term because there is a small fraction of Republicans that effectively won't vote for debt ceiling increases. Trump will be forced to make concessions to Democrats to get their votes in the same way that Biden had to make concessions to McCarthy in the last debt ceiling fight a couple years ago. That sucks. We don't want that. That's actually a good point. That's actually kind of a good point. I got to give Willie Boy there a props for that. That's he raises a solid political point because it is a game of politics, guys. It is a game of politics, and even though we hate it, you kind of do have to play it to an extent to make things work. Yeah, I don't know though. There's a lot of work to be done on the fiscal front. Elon and Vivek are just getting started, and I'm confident, based just on this CR debate, that they will be able to force Congress around to their way of thinking. But you have to be able to take W's, and you have to realize that in a world where Republicans have the White House and thin majorities in the House and Senate, debt ceiling brinksmanship helps Democrats and hurts Trump and us. He's got good points. Some, not so much. Some, he's kind of on it. There does have to be nuance in these approaches, for sure. I did have that bookmarked. I guess I didn't put it in my folder. Oh well. Next time I'll get it, guys. Next time I will. I swears it. We have a clip here from Potato Man and the fella who looks like he's constantly smelled dog crap on the bottom of his shoe. Brian Stelter and Jim Acosta. Those are the two I'm referring to. We have, if it'll come up, there it is. Brian Stelter and Jim Acosta on the verge of tears on CNN, being forced to admit that X is the media now. Talking about the quote-unquote bipartisan spending bill.
Not just me saying it. Representative Dan Crenshaw, a Republican.
Back here.
Fresh and
well, let's turn that down a little bit because it's a little bit loud. At least I thought it was. If it's too loud, let me know. If it's too quiet, let me know. I turned it down about to 75%. So hopefully that's not blowing out your eardrums.
Innovative ideas. That is a part of what makes government better. But Musk, this unelected figure who has this enormous amount of power, it sometimes seems as if he's just starting to learn how the government functions. And as a result, some of his X posts are completely false. And by the way, it's not just me saying.
Potato Man, you live on a throne of lies. Don't throw stones in glass houses about saying somebody is false in their assertions.
It. Representative Dan Crenshaw, a Republican lawmaker, tweeted to Musk last night and said, I love
Republican. Establishment Republican, yeah.
Love you, Elon, but you need to take 5 seconds to check your sources before highlighting bottom feeders looking for clicks. Musk likes to post anonymous accounts that are spreading misinformation. And let's recognize a lot of people have benefited from Musk. The Tesla stock has been on a tear lately. Lots of CEOs going to Mar-a-Lago. They're probably jealous of Musk right now, both because of his relationship to Trump and because of the performance of Tesla and Musk's other companies. So there's a lot Musk can bring to government. But his behavior on X and his influence over the spending bill, it also shows how misinformation is at work here, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, for all the talk of calling people fake news and so on, we can put this up on screen. He says the bill contained a 40% pay increase for members of Congress. I don't know if we can put that up there or not. There's a cost of living increase in it, but nothing as high as what he said. So to Dan Crenshaw's point, Elon Musk is spreading fake news. On this, he is fake news.
And he relies on people to reply to him and tell him what's up. He says, you are the media now. That's his message on X. And yet that really leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah, and it does raise a question, Brian, because you and I covered this during the first Trump administration. There were always the conversations about, will Trump fire this person by tweet and so on. Now we have to wonder, as Donald Trump is going into office, will Elon Musk be firing people? And then Donald Trump responding. I mean, it does add to the chaos of all of this. But Brian Stelter, as always, thanks a lot. Really appreciate it.
Thanks.
And I do want to bring in my good friend Pamela Brown. She's going to be covering a lot of this. My sympathies to you. There's a lot.
Yeah, Potato Man's back. They brought the Stelter. They brought Potato Man. Potato Head. They brought him back, guys. I'm as shocked as y'all. I am. But it happened. Sadly, it happened. He's back. Back again. Hey, I see we got 2 new followers. Thank you guys so much. Let me see who it was. We have Indel. I think it's Indell. That's right, because they said they were subbed now. Thank you so much for the follow. And I think somebody else too, but it's not showing up. I know we had the Pink Panther and then Squawhawk and Rhett Snom a couple days ago, and then XPUGX. I think those were from AP, late night with Adonis Paul. Had some followers hop on there. We are 12 away from 500. My God. It's so close, guys. So close I can taste it. Yeah, Salt Dumpster, I agree. Me too. Look at her. God, they just look like so smug. They're so smug, or just calm the hell down. You guys need a just stiff glass of whiskey and just chill the fuck out. It'll be okay. It'll be okay, Acosta. I hope they give Acosta a press pass, just so they can take it away and fling it at his head. Yeah, Red Sun was on AP. Oh, Red Sun is AP. Oh, nice. Solid. That's right, Dame Pam. Thank you so much for being a new follower, one of the new killdozers in the Dozer Den. Much appreciated. Glad you're following. Glad you are mixing it up in the chat. Over from Lord Sterling, Common Censored. Good stuff. Enjoy your dinner, Trish. Enjoy your dinner. Come on, 500 followers. Where y'all at? Click the follow button. Pretty please. We'll get there. It's coming. It's coming, guys. We're only at episode 43. Things are looking up. Let me see if I can get out. No, I didn't want to do that. Good Lord, how do I get out of this? We got there. Here's another clip from Obama Light. See what he has to say. Hakeem Jeffries. Yeah, that's right. From that. That's right. Rhett Som was from the from AP. Yeah, he shouted out my channel the other day and said directed his legion to go follow. We got like 6 new followers after that. That was really cool. I appreciate that. I like this 8 p.m. time slot. Solid. I thought about going a little bit earlier. I started it's 9:30 Central, but I thought about starting at 9 o'clock, maybe so I can wrap up a little bit sooner. That way Lady Dozer's not passing out on the couch every time. But I don't know. I tend to be a creature of habit, and we'll see though. Might switch it up at some point. A little bit earlier, maybe. I've got to get my kids down to bed though, so that's the thing. I usually get them down around 8:45, 9 o'clock. Make sure that they're good and asleep, and that's why 9:30 is usually the time that works for me. Except on Thursdays, I can do it a little bit earlier because my wife's here in the evening on Thursdays. We'll figure it out though. Let's pull up this CW drinking your dinner, dipping them back, knocking them down. Solid. Yay. Baby. Very nice. Subs throwing out the emotes. Subscriber only emotes, guys. Be an extra shiny Killdozer in the Dozer Den by subscribing to the channel for $5 a month. Just a couple sodas, guys. Just a couple sodas. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for the support. And thanks again to Harry Toe for that massive $20 Rumble rant earlier. I thought it was magenta. Sanglance said it was mauve. I thought mauve was like a purplish color. Or, excuse me, a brownish color. I don't know. My color palette may not be as sophisticated as I thought. I may be just a pleb. Be better and get Pepe drops. That's right. That's right. Let's look at Hakeem Jeffries. I think a Robin Hood been in tights whenever I say Hakeem Jeffries. Hakeem. What's he got to say? So fake. So fake.
The Musk Johnson proposal is not serious.
You're not
It's
serious.
laughable. Extreme MAGA Republicans are driving us to a government shutdown.
Are you
Good.
seeing a world in which you might regret not agreeing with the clean debt ceiling increase?
Should have agreed with it. Now, except for the debt ceiling. I'm conflicted. Like Will Chamberlain brought up good points as far as like increasing the debt ceiling, because like you've got to be able to pay for the changes that you want. It's almost a Keynesian approach. It's almost a Keynesian approach that I think Trump is kind of operating under here. So Hawk to Jeffries. Oh shit. You guys want to see? We talked about predators earlier. Speaking of predator,
Who?
Yeah, Whoopi. Talking about President Musk saying that they think they're going to try to take Trump out. Going to have to watch the steps. Why are they using the jokes that we had about Biden? Why are they acting like they can use those jokes for Trump? It doesn't work. It doesn't
Who is
work.
in charge? Because I've been saying it for a while.
Yes, you have.
I've been saying that I think Elon Musk believes he's president. I do.
Well, you've been calling him vice president.
I've called him vice president. I called him president because I don't know what JD is doing. I hardly ever say. I don't remember last time we even talked about JD.
You're right.
JD's literally in the Senate.
He's planning the presidency when they get rid of Trump.
So you think it's Musk Vance?
Possible.
God.
Hey, you know who? Stay away from the stairways. Because, people put the leg out to trip you going down the stairs. Watch out.
Wow. You vile harpies. You vile, vile harpies over there on The View. I dislike them greatly. I miss the old Whoopi. The Whoopi from Ghost. Or, oh my god, why am I blanking on the name of the nun movie? Sister something. Wow. I've imbibed too many substances and I have lost that little kernel there. Sister Act. I got it. Dang it. Sister Black. I got it before I saw it in the chat saying Lant, but thank you for having my back there. What happened to Ghost Whoopi? Sister Act Whoopi? Huh? Let's get back to that. Let's back to simpler times. Here's apparently when you ask Grok what's happening between Cat Turd and Dan Crenshaw, that's what you get. I appreciate that. That's a good image. That's funny. Oh, that's good stuff. I'll take it. I'll take that. That's solid. This is Ghost Whoopi. Oh, harlots on The View. I agree. Okay, here we go. This was so let's pull up a True Social post. This is where Trump kind of misses it. I get it, but he's kind of missing it a little bit. Let's look at True Social. One of the truths. I still think he should have called it Trumpet, and then each post could be a note. I don't know. The very unpopular congressman from Texas, Chip Roy, is getting in the way, as usual, of having yet another great Republican victory. All for the sake of some cheap publicity for himself. He's just self-interested, I'm telling you. Republican obstructionists have to be done away with. The Democrats are using them, and we can't let that happen. Our country is far better off closing up for a period of time than it is agreeing to the things that the Democrats want to force upon us. Biden is president, and it's his obligation to properly lead. He's not really doing that very much, is he, guys? We're there to do the right thing, and we can't agree with what Biden and the Democrats are demanding. Truly ridiculous demands, I tell you. Weak and ineffective people like Chip. Not good chips. Not potato chips. I like potato chips. I don't like Chip Roy. Have to be dismissed as being utterly unknowledgeable as to the ways of politics and as to making America great again. Put America first and go for the victory, even if it means shutting down the government for a period of time. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. We had an overwhelming victory just 4 weeks ago. That's right. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Count them. Count them, guys. And we're not going to let the Democrats forget it so quickly. Oh, man. 7 out of 10 on that Trump impersonation. I'm still recovering from a man cold, by the way. It's usually better. It's usually better. I'll take it. I'll take a C. It's passing. Yeah, Chip Roy ebbs and flows as far as popularity is concerned. No Shane Gillis, but pretty good. I'll take it. I'll take it. You can't. Shane's the best. Shane Gillis is the best Trump. He's got to. They've got to have an interaction with each other at some point. I would love to see it. I would love to see them go back and forth. When Shane gets into character, it is impressive how deep he gets into it. Like he like literally becomes Trump for a moment. Him on Kill Tony, that was great. Let's pull up something here from Shane's definitely 9 out of 10. He's 9 out of 10. He's on top of it. Let's look at Chip Roy. Let's look at Chip Roy, because even though he may be correct in this stance here about wanting fiscal conservatism. Let's take a look at the history of old Chippy Roy. Let's look what we have here from Chip. Give you a little bit of insight into his perspective on Trump.
The United States deserves universal condemnation for what was clearly, in my opinion, impeachable conduct, pressuring the vice president to violate his oath of the Constitution to count the electors. His open and public pressure, courageously rejected by the vice president, purposely seeded the false belief among the president's supporters, including those assembled on January 6th, that there was a legal path with the president. It was foreseeable and reckless to sow such a false belief that could lead to violence and rioting by loyal supporters whipped.
The fact that he's having to read so much from this means that he is definitely compromised, in my opinion. That is a prepared statement. He's compromised. And also a bit of a fag.
Into a frenzy. Unfortunately, my Democratic colleagues drafted articles that I believe are flawed and unsupportable, focusing on the legal terms of incitement and insurrection. Even noting impeachment does not require meeting a certain legal standard, that danger for open speech and debate in this body and for the Republic is high if the House approves the articles as written. The language will be used to target members of this body under Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. It will be used to suggest that any statements we make are subject to review by our colleagues and send us down the perilous path of cleansing political speech in the public square. We must end this. Let us condemn that which must be condemned and do so loudly.
This is why Pence is on his side.
But let us do it the right way, with deliberation and without disastrous side effects. We must end tearing apart our nation by social media and sound bites. Let us stop. Let us debate. Let us sit down and lead this nation together.
A little bit from Chip Roy there. Just so you know. Just so you know. There's some from Chip. Here's another one from Chip and noted Trump hater Steve Deace.
Honestly,
he declared war on MAGA in the primaries. He told us to kiss his ass, called us fuckers, and challenged us to come to his office and fight him. You don't want this heat, boy. You don't want this heat. I may be short, but I'm stout. Fight him. Are you 12, Chip? Really? Come to your office and fight you? Really, Chippy? Really chippy boy. That's good. Good eye, Harry Toe. Good eye. We have a post from her here in a minute that we're going to pull up. Old MTG, the Jewish space lasers, which isn't actually what she talked about, by the way. She just mentioned that there were the ability to have space lasers that might have been paid for by Israel or wealthy Jews. Doesn't mean Jewish space laser. It was a weird framing that they chose to pick for that.
I'm losing interest just collectively, and I'm about to just get thee to a nunnery and just, go full on Billy Graham, and you all figure, I don't care. I am reaching the point. I'm paid to care. I don't care.
Steve Day's got all upset. Oh, he got all excited.
It's getting harder to make me care. This is a joke. It's rudderless, and it seems as if we want to sell each other talking points that actually produce any form of substantive victory whatsoever. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, I mean, you talked about a circle of your description, pleasure. I know what you're doing there. I would also argue that, some of our brothers and sisters, particularly in the, MAGA camp, I think, particularly enjoy the circular firing squad. You want to come at me and call me a rhino, you can kiss my ass. Look, I've spent a lifetime fighting for limited government conservatism. I have laid it all on the line. I've not seen my family but for 2 days in the last 30 days. You go around talking your big game and you thumping your chest on Twitter. Yeah, come to my office and come have a debate, mother. You know why? Because I'm standing up for this country every single day. And Steve, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to go to a nunnery because there were people who were buried over in Normandy who deserve us to stand up for what they fought for.
Bullshit.
That's what I'm going to do. And all you
really?
out there who are out there saying what you're saying out on social media, you stick it. I'm going to go down to the floor and do my job, and I'm going to stand up for the people who fought for this country. And I'm going to do it the way I think is right for the people that I represent. That's what I think.
Full of shit. So full of shit. When you pull that whole, the troops. When you throw the troops out there, you don't have an argument. You don't really have an argument. You're just trying to throw the red meat out there. That's what you're doing, old chippy boy. Yeah, Steve Deace, I like Steve Deace in a lot of ways, but he was pretty anti-Trump. Like, he was a hardcore anti-Trumper. And I understand people like that, but also at a certain point, get the fuck on board. Get the fuck on board. Stop trying to be. He was one of the dissimps as well. Yeah, I didn't.
President of the United States deserves universal condemnation for what was clearly.
I keep saying that I'm going to fix that. I keep saying that I'm going to change the autoplay, but I neglect to do so. I do. I'll fix it at some point, guys. I'll fix it at some point. Mortar time. Oh my. Sharknadoes. Hooray. Fuck Salt Dumpster. What are you talking about? Oh my goodness. Yeah, Steve was in love with Ron. It was bad. They practically were, grabbing a hold of each other's phalluses, and it was kind of just unsettling at times. Off-putting. Off-putting is one way I would definitely categorize it. Speaking of something that's not off-putting, though, let's go ahead and go over to MTG. Marjorie Taylor Greene. She has a lengthy post from 17 hours ago. So this would have been, I guess, before the failure of the passing of the trimmed down 116 page CR. Oh, let me see. What's the woman want? So sleepy. Oh my. We're still on our first topic. Oh no. Ron DeSantis supporters. Castro. Good to see you, Castro. Sup, savages? Good to see you, bud. Thanks for watching. See, we've got 55 people watching over there on Rumble. Guys, don't forget to smash that like button. The last I checked, we only had like 20 likes, guys. Take a minute, minimize the window, hit that thumbs up, guys. Back in the old days of Rumble, it used to be a plus sign, and we affectionately referred to it as the plussy. You could smash the plussy. You could pound that plussy. You could thrash the plussy. That's PLUSSY. Get your dang minds out of the gutters, you degenerates. It was a good times. Or it was a good time. Back when the chat didn't work at all. But we made it work. It has improved dramatically. I will say that. Rumble, it may not be perfect, but it has improved quite a bit from even a year ago. It's gotten quite better. So, all right, let's pull up MTG's post here. Read through it. She gets a little spicy, guys. She gets a little spicy. The Uniparty is aiming their fire at Elon Musk and blaming him for killing their incestuous porkfest government funding bill. However, it was the American people who engaging and posting their outrage on X that killed the bill. But they hate Elon because he bought X and protected free speech, which allowed the people to fight back and to stop another Uniparty shit sandwich. The truth is, they hate you, the people, for standing up to them. Agreed. They are angry they got caught in such a big way. These losers waited for months knowing the government funding deadline was Friday, December 20th, and refused to show any of us members of Congress the bill text until they dumped 1,500 plus pages on us Tuesday night. Same pathetic play over and over again. Oh no, the government's going to run out of money right before Christmas. Whatever will we do? Gosh golly, we must vote for the shit sandwich quick to keep the government running and get home for Christmas. Oh my. I'm loving this energy. I'm loving it. But they got caught with their pants down. And now they say it's Elon Musk's fault. The truth is, the Uniparty has been creating this disaster for decades. They own it. They can't blame anyone but themselves. Now it must be broken in order to fix it. And the messy consequences sit squarely on the Uniparty's shoulders. They don't get to point fingers and blame anyone. They kept this falling train on the track to destruction and enslaved the American people in $36 trillion of debt, created worldwide enemies by funding and fighting foreign wars, and our economy and dollar is on the verge of collapse. It's not Elon Musk's fault. It's the Uniparty. Well said, MTG. Well said. She's 100% right. She is 100% right. And she's echoing Nostradamus. She is echoing Nostradamus. I'm just saying. Like harder, bigots. Do it. Smash that like button. We have called out Sherry. Dame Pan's looking for Sherry. Sherry, where are you? Trisha one. No, I was making a joke based on the ambiguity in your phrasing. All right, let's see. Let me see. I have, and I didn't put this one over into the right folder, but we're going over to our other posts here. Let me find this clip here from Nostradamus, Thomas Massie, and Dana Loesch. At least I'm pretty sure I put it in my bookmarks. If not, I'll find it real quick. It was a couple days ago, so. Oh my gosh. Scrolling. Keep on scrolling. There it is. We found it. It's in my normal, my general bookmarks page there. Let's pull it up though. Dana Loesch with her serial killer glasses. Like those are some Bundy glasses. Oh my gosh. Like, look at this. Look at this, guys. What the hell? What the hell are you doing, Dana? Get your sexy glasses back. Those aren't sexy glasses. Those are old woman, or serial killer. What the fuck is that? What is that? No. Dana, do better. Do better. And then Massey's wearing his contacts. Check him out. Trying to be like one of the cool kids, huh? Oh, man. You know, she does CrossFit, Harry Toe. She does CrossFit. And I'm just saying, I bet you she's active. Just saying. I mean, AOC does have some assets that might be a little bit more impressive. Just saying. I don't know. That's a back and forth on that one. All right, let's play Massie. See what he has to say. This is our Massie Minute, guys. We got about 2 minutes of Massie going back and forth with Dana here. Her and her weird serial killer glasses.
If you have a speaker and of the House who is dragging his feet at just some of the most simplest things you could do for austerity, and getting a good budget, how do you expect Doge, which is basically an advocacy outfit, how do you expect How do anybody expect Doge's recommendations to be taken and adopted by members of Congress if they can't even do this with the budget?
Listen, I've said the Doge recommendations are like the U.S. Constitution. They'll be great if you can get my colleagues to follow them. You can't even get them to follow the Constitution. How are you going to get them to follow Doge recommendations? Well, I've kind of got a plan for that as well. There's a Doge committee. There's a Doge caucus. Now, what would be interesting, how many of those Doge caucus vote for this CR?
They should have to leave the caucus if they vote for this.
They should be. They should be disqualified. But I think we need a Doge voting block. And the only way you're in the voting block is if you vote consistently with putting Doge.
I know, Castro, I haven't heard about it in a while either. I was surprised when when Massie mentioned it. I was like, oh, the Constitution, what is that? I used to hear about that. That's a thing. Yeah, it is still a thing, apparently. Yeah.
Doge in reconciliation. So you wanted me to tell you the future because I am Nostradamus. You wanted me to tell you about the speaker race. Let me tell you the 3 votes that are going to matter next year. Okay. The speaker's vote, that is the most important vote. We're going to take all of next year. And then the next 2 important votes are the 2 reconciliation. They say we get 2 bites at the apple next year, because those are the only bills we know can move through the Senate. But it's hard to understand reconciliation rules. So I've told Vivek, you should feed those rules into artificial intelligence and then use AI against the Senate parliamentarian. Feed in all the crap that the Democrats have got, like the
And Trump's been talking about reconciliation too, so that's something. That's something.
Inflation Reduction Act using reconciliation. And then tell AI, here's what I want to do. How do I do it with reconciliation so that
Harry Toe, I mean, to be fair, Nancy Pelosi's are probably younger than AOC. I'm just going to go ahead and say, based on that beach photo, Nancy Pelosi's sweater puppies are probably quite a bit younger than,
that the Senate parliamentarian cannot stop. Okay, that's the only prompt amazing. You need. Give AI. Boom, you get your answers. Now, the senators can't say, oh, that won't work because we're using AI. Anyways, so now that's not good enough. Like, you need Doge to have what I'll call Senate compliant recommendations, so they can't just miss. And then you need some people in the House who say, I will not vote for reconciliation unless you implement these Doge recommendations. And it wouldn't take too many votes, because the blessing we have here is the thin majority. Everybody's wringing their hands over the thin majority. I'm clapping my hands, because it means if you had a Doge voting block of like 5 people, you could say, nope, this is a swamp reconciliation bill, not a Doge bill. We demand Doge.
Doge it up. Harry Toe. Oh my gosh. I had years ago, I had a nightmare. That Nancy Pelosi took advantage of me. I'm not sure why. I was really, really paying attention to politics a little bit too much probably at the time. And yeah, I had a nightmare that she took advantage of me. And it was like a blackmail type of thing. It was awful. It was awful. And I don't know why it happened, but it did. Oh, yeah. Let's move on. Let's move on. Move on to better things. What do we have here? Let me see. I think I thought about reading through some of the 116 page CR that has the debt ceiling increase, but here's the thing, that lost like 235 to 178. So that's not going to happen. They're going to have to rework it, do another vote. At her age, Trish, a broken hip can be a quick trek to the end. It can be very bad. But she got a brand new hip. She got a brand new hip real quick. Normal people, guys, normal people don't get that. Normal people at her age, when they break their hip, they usually end up in the nursing home, physical therapy. They fix it. They don't do a whole hip replacement. They get them. It's all kinds of things, and you end up, you end up dying. That's what happens. You end up. It's a couple weeks to a month, and then you're dead after a broken hip at that age. So, it's rather frustrating. It's rather frustrating when people that are of the ruling class, although they are not our rulers, we are supposed to rule them. They get extra special treatment, don't they? Extra special. No, we don't wish death. We don't wish death upon them. No. I didn't say that's just usually what happens with a broken hip. I didn't say I wish that because I don't want people to die. I don't. That's a little bit extra. But, would I be, sad if infection took root and somebody had somebody who has caused so much suffering for others ended up with a little bit of suffering towards the end? I shouldn't be like that. I shouldn't be like that. I feel the way I feel sometimes, though, guys. I feel the way I feel. Yeah, if she had a little bit less of the sauce, maybe she wouldn't have broke her hip. A little bit less on the drinky drink there, old Nancy. A little bit less on the drinky drink. Rather have Rosie O'Donnell. Oh my God, Salt Dumpster. Good Lord. Harry Joe said that was a dream, not a nightmare. You degenerate. You utter degenerate, sir. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, let's see. Tired of feeling sorry for not feeling sorry. Yeah. Yeah, it just is what it is, kind of. You get a little bit numb to it at some point. It's like, yeah, I should feel bad, but honestly, you go, yeah, fuck them. That's right, Castro. That's kind of how it feels sometimes. That's kind of how it feels. It. Especially with this stuff going on. Especially with this stuff going on with the. Wait until the very end. Wait until the very end of the year to try to get the budget passed. Just to do the whole thing of, if they cared about hurricane relief. If they cared about hurricane relief, they would go ahead and pass this stuff. How about, and I know this is a novel idea, how about we break these things into pieces? That's what Massie is proposing now, and that's what other GOP leaders are apparently proposing, that you break this stuff into pieces so that things can be voted on individually, like hurricane relief. And speaking of hurricane relief, that leads us into our next topic, guys. We have a piece from December 13th, O'Keefe Media Group investigates FEMA, Part 4. O'Keefe snuck in past a multi-million-dollar security at FEMA HQ in North Carolina with a hidden camera. FEMA top leader declines to answer on stalled Hurricane Helene relief efforts. Excuse me. Let's bring it up and let's watch. Old James O'Keefe doing his thing.
The frustrations of people on the ground in North Carolina are real.
It is pretty horrible.
So we got our hands on a top secret address from a FEMA insider in Hickory, North Carolina.
I need your IDs.
ID? Oh, I didn't bring my.
I don't think you got it in the car. One of our undercover journalists even admitted to leaving her ID in the car, but she was still given a government visitor's badge.
Have fun.
So we're in the FEMA office right now. I'm James. How are you? James O'Keefe. How you doing?
You just said you had a meeting with them?
Yeah, we reached out to somebody. We were then shuffled to a room where we were greeted by a less than friendly employee who seemed a little on the edge.
Come on, guys. We're not playing games. I'm not doing an interview. You've shown up here without even calling me or telling me you're coming.
It was at this moment the security guards realized they messed up. We found ourselves on the hunt for any answers from FEMA after hearing story after story from Hurricane Helene victims who feel abandoned and say the so-called rebuilding process is virtually non-existent.
It is pretty horrible.
So we got our hands on a top secret address from a FEMA insider in Hickory, North Carolina. But before we take you there, where we had our hidden cameras rolling, let's recap. So far, our wild odyssey in North Carolina subjected us to an encounter with a robot-like individual who identified simply as Nicole, who reminded us of an artificial intelligence robot from Stanley Kubrick's movie Space Odyssey.
We want to go film the work that's happening in North Carolina.
Unfortunately, that's not an option.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Thank you so much.
Goodbye.
Nicole?
Al? Great conversation, and I will respond to your email.
Nicole?
I'm just kidding.
It made me question, is this woman even real? Could I meet her in person? All of this after FEMA officials pushed us to call the 1-855 number for information on recovery efforts. And if the Nicole call wasn't strange enough, along the way, we have been kicked out of multiple FEMA sites, including the Responder Lodging compound in Candler, simply for doing the job of a journalist, which is to ask questions. I have worked with a whistleblower inside FEMA who came out.
I'm just asking questions.
Out and said,
they're hiding in the deep underground military bases, aka DUMBs.
The bureaucracy was not helping.
Those are real.
People. But one common theme, each and every security guard who asked us to leave because they were protecting not just the FEMA sites, but the identities of FEMA employees from being published for fear for their safety, well, they all hail from the company Strategic Security Corporation. An insider provided us with a litany of documents that show contracts totaling more than $17 million from various federal agencies, including FEMA to Strategic Security Corporation. That funding beginning from April of...
Well, Dame, he's always asking for people for sources. So if you've got any knowledge about any topics, I'm sure O'Keefe Media Group would love to have you working with them. Not everybody's got an inside track to things that they might be looking to cover, though. But yeah, I love what he does too. I think he does a great job. Definitely Project Veritas shot themselves in the foot and in the knee and in the hip and in the chest when they decided to go ahead and oust him. Even if there may have been some issues with the managerial approaches or sandwiches being eaten, it sounded like it was just a bunch of petty stuff, honestly. But yeah, when's the last time you heard about Project Veritas, guys? O'Keefe made Project Veritas.
2021, continuing through April of 2026, and from October of 2024 to November of 2024 alone. More than $8 million went straight to Strategic Security Corporation. Again, follow the money. Now, about that secret location, after taking a more than 1 hour drive from the actual areas Hurricane Helene hit, we found ourselves in front of an obscure building that sits behind the Hickory Furniture Store in Hickory, North Carolina. As we entered these temporary offices that were specifically set up to support Helene recovery efforts, the first faces we saw yet again, guards from Strategic Security Corporation.
Good point, Sanglant. He was Project Veritas. Yeah.
How you doing? Looking for Tom? Tom McCool?
I know Tom McCool.
You know Tom?
Tom McCool. Exactly. We were there to see. He's the executive leader for FEMA.
Yeah. Pocket knives, weapons, anything like that?
No.
Switchblades.
Sanglant, this is in your neck of the woods, huh? Cool.
So I need your IDs.
After making a less than thorough weapons check, the time came to check our IDs. One of our undercover journalists even admitted to leaving her ID in the car, but she was still given a government visitor's badge.
Okay, he's making a good point. The security is lacking. But also, I hope these guys don't lose their damn jobs because they were put on blast for this. Like, I mean, they obviously weren't expecting them to be a threat. So it's like, I don't know. I just hate for those guys to just lose their jobs for a fuck up like this, just letting these guys in. Unless they're shitty people.
I didn't bring my.
I don't think you got it in the car.
No. You have yours.
Yeah, I've got it. It's all good.
To our surprise, these supposed guards, which FEMA is spending millions of dollars to
Okay, maybe don't pay them millions of dollars, but
pay, didn't provide the protection that they promised. I showed them my New Jersey ID with the name James O'Keefe on it, and they didn't even look. They gave me an official visitor's badge.
Neuro, I was just fucking with you because of your name. It's all good, dude. It's all good. I'm not. You're good, Neuro. You're good. I just was playing off of your username. It was a joke. It was a joke. I should have said LOL.
As well.
What department is he in?
Thanks for being considerate of those that do have actually have autism, though.
Or do you know where he's at? I don't know where he's at. Upstairs. On this side, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Okay. If you want to take him up, we go for it. Have fun.
Last time you went, didn't you? I did.
We were then led through a labyrinth of government offices in the Bureau before we arrived on the second floor.
So we're in the FEMA office right now. He's on the top floor?
Oh, there's only two, so.
Oh, there's only 2 floors here.
So where are you from?
I'm from New Jersey.
As we walked through the halls of the government bureaucracy, we noticed cubicle after cubicle. One of the questions we asked ourselves walking through this labyrinth of government bureaus is what exactly are these people doing? And why aren't they out in the field helping these people? So how is it that the security company that FEMA has tasked with securing one of
You got to have people to hold the chairs down. I mean, come on, guys. It's how it works.
their makeshift offices, allowing me, James O'Keefe, all the way up to see Mr. Tom McCool?
You have a moment? I'm James. How are you? James O'Keefe. How you doing?
The moment I had waited for. Meet Tom McCool himself. McCool is the National Federal Coordinating Officer. He's responsible for the leadership and overall management of the federal response to and recovery from presidentially declared incidents like Hurricane Helene.
We're part of a news organization here. Would love to have a few words with you, if possible. Or
and you're from where?
From OMG. OMG, name the organization. I don't know if it'd be possible to do an interview to talk about what's going on, and we'd love to talk to you if you have a minute.
Yeah, let me.
We're outside.
Yeah, I'm going to call right now.
Oh, I see.
But just stand by, and I'm going to get somebody up here to talk with you right now.
All right.
A quick observation of McCool's office.
Well, at least they're kind of trying to be open, but a bit blundery.
Walls utilizing our hidden camera lens, we noticed various work assignments and diagrams labeled with numeric zones.
Some of the things that we're hearing about in the area, the people are not getting the help that they need.
Yeah.
They just want to be able to.
Where the cars were going, like where they were actually.
Absolutely understand.
Yeah.
Understand. Stand by, break.
Yeah. Perplexed by the entire situation that was unfolding right before my eyes, things got even more bizarre as Tom McCool and I started chatting about New Jersey, my hometown.
Are you from North Carolina?
And to be fair, neurodivergent one. I mean, most of us on the internet have just a slight touch of the tism. If we're going to be completely honest, just a touch of the tism.
From New Jersey originally. Yeah, Rockland County, Bergen County.
I was going to ask what exit, but
168. 168. Last exit on the Parkway.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
They got your stapler, Castro? It's probably an expensive stapler.
Yeah, I was in Fort Dix for a little bit.
Fort Dix.
Yeah. Exit 7.
Exit 7. There you go.
It soon became clear that Mr. McCool was not getting into specifics about any Helene recovery efforts. And just like that, security seemed caught off guard, asked if we had a scheduled meeting, which of course, none of this was scheduled. What happened here is sad. These high-priced security guards failed to do their jobs, and I made my way to top FEMA brass, who appeared to just be hanging out. And to be clear, I had no appointment. One of our undercover journalists even admitted to leaving her ID in the car, but I was wearing a blazer.
Said you had a meeting with him?
Yeah, we reached out to somebody, but
Those poor guys. unless they're getting paid a shit ton of money, then they probably need to be addressed.
perhaps he wants us to speak with some.
Those guys probably aren't being paid that well. I mean, if I was going to guess, they're not the ones getting millions of dollars. They're probably getting paid 60. Like, if I was going to guess, they're probably looking at probably about 60,000, if that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm way off. Maybe they're getting 100K plus. In which case, they got to do better.
Somebody else now.
We were then shuffled to a room where we were greeted by a less than friendly employee who seemed a little on the edge.
So what exactly is
Mwahaha. I was taking from Joe's viewers. Mwahaha.
FEMA then doing on the ground? Instead of being in offices, I thought they were out in the community.
We have
helping.
some teams who do that as well. They're called disaster survivor assistance teams. Like we can try and do an embed to let media go with them. We kind of do that, but we don't just tell people a lot where they are because we've had a lot of security issues this disaster.
Oh, really?
See you, Castro. I don't know if we're going to hit the third topic tonight because I did say I wanted to wrap this up around 2:45. So if I'm still here when you're back, I'll see you when you get back.
Security issues.
Come on.
Tell Joe I said hi.
Come on, guys. We're not playing games. I'm not doing an interview. You've shown up here without even calling me or telling me you're coming. We could have arranged an interview. But you know, this entire disaster, there's been so much hatred on social media towards some of our staff and people sending threats that we've got to be careful. I'm not giving you an exact location of where someone is.
After this feisty exchange, another FEMA employee summoned to the room.
Well, hey, hi. I've got reporters here. They want to set up like an interview to talk about our DSA teams, kind of how they canvass the areas.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Nicole.
Oh, nice meeting you, Nicole.
Yeah, you too.
That was the 855 number that we had called. Is that the same thing as the news desk?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And is that based out of this location or
Yes.
Net Nation? Okay.
As I listened to the voice of this woman, it became increasingly familiar, as if I'd spoken to her before on the phone just days earlier.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the lady that we spoke to.
And who are you with?
My name is James O'Keefe.
And
I'm
you're
with the
with?
OMG News. Yeah. And we got a big online presence.
Okay.
And it was at this moment that I realized that this woman was Nicole in the flesh, the person who I'd spoken to just days before.
She's a real girl.
Or who had striking similarities to Hal from the Space Odyssey. This wasn't a robot. This is a real human being. Their voices were the same. I had found Hal in the flesh. It turns out her full name is Nicole Wilson. She is a public affairs specialist for FEMA Region 4, and she, along with her colleague Leah Krager, told us that FEMA is helping survivors, but they can't disclose specific locations. They also told us that the $750 FEMA awards to storm victims is just to pay for daily necessities as people get back on their feet.
So the $750 Lee, that people get, is that the only assistance monetarily wise that people get? I'm a little confused about that.
No, so as of today, we've got about $247 million in the hands of North Carolina survivors. That's about 135,000 households that have received that assistance. So what that 750 is right after a disaster, you lose everything. We want to make sure you have some money to get food, water, buy your baby some diapers, formula, while we review your case to see what other additional funding you may be eligible for. That's what that is.
And again, we were given more business cards and told to email more individuals for information, even though we were right there, right in front of these FEMA executives' faces. As we saw things weren't getting very far, we couldn't help but imagine the runaround storm victims are getting from FEMA if we were getting run around. After less than 30 minutes and hardly any...
Oh, that's a good point there, Cheddar Steve. It's a good point. $750 is 1 week's worth of groceries. Ukrainian families get $5,000 because guess what? Guess what? You don't matter. The American people don't matter as much. You don't deserve as much assistance as the Ukrainians because the Ukrainians are the ones that really matter. Fuck Americans. Americans don't deserve shit. You are just a scourge. You are dirt on the bottom of the bureaucracy's boot. You don't mean shit to these people. But everybody else, they matter so much more than the American people. And that's why we have to give them all of our fucking money. That's why we have to give them $5,000 a piece, guys. That's why we have people dying on the streets from being homeless and being addicted to substances when they serve this country. You don't matter. Everybody else matters, though. All the other countries, we got to throw dollar bills on these other countries, guys, but not for the American people, and not when there's a disaster. No. You're a fucking idiot if you believe that you were going to have a little bit of help from the government that you fucking fund. God damn our structures that we have in place for that shit. All right. You inspired to rant, Cheddar Steve. You inspired to rant. Hell yeah. Trying to make $100 an hour by next year, CW? Hell, hey, if that happens, man, congrats. And I'm glad for you. That'd be awesome. Oh no, your router's dying. Don't do that. Live, router, live. Give it a good thump. Ah, Steve Gosney. Yeah, there we go. Email Steve Gosney. Go to the bottom of the page. Yeah, I haven't watched him in a while. His favorite drink is a sidecar, isn't it? I liked watching Steve Gosney on Ricada. That was fun times.
Any answers? We were escorted back to the main lobby, where we headed for the parking lot, still in shock.
Thank you.
Where did you place?
I didn't
She didn't have
mine.
Which one is?
It was at this moment the security guards realized they messed up.
We got inside, deep within the bowels of the federal complex. That's crazy that all the security, but he's just in his office chatting to me about like what exit I'm from New Jersey. Like, what exit? Just straight up. The security guys, they were just like, I guess you have an appointment. I didn't say an appointment. I just walked in because I had a blazer on. That shows you how competent they are.
Now it was time to try to understand how I was able to get up to Tom McCool's office, and those answers we hope would lie in the hands of this man, Joe Sorty, the CEO of Strategic Security Corporation, the boss of all these armed guards who we've met along the way.
Hey, is this Joe Sorty?
Yes, this is Joe. Who's this?
Hey, this is James O'Keefe. I'm just calling you about FEMA awarding the contracts for all the security to this firm that you are in charge of, Strategic Security Corporation. Well, I'm a journalist. We're doing a story about the company and awarding all the contracts and the guards who kicked us out of these different locations, these responder lodging locations in North Carolina. I'd like to talk to you.
What's up, Free Castle? Good to see you. Cheddar Steve dropping some links in the chat for funding. Interesting.
I have to send your media inquiry over, and then we can get back to you. Are you a YouTube journalist, or what are you? Are you a real accredited journalist from it?
Now you got me interested. Now I'm going to check. So 1.6 billion. Oh yeah, 1.6 billion in funding for the people of Maui. Maybe some space lasers involved. Who knows? I don't know. The people involved in Maui, 1.6 billion, 113 billion more for Ukraine. Not a mathematician, but there seems to be a disconnect there.
An actual accredited institution.
Can you help me understand what it means to be an accredited journalist?
Like you work for the Times, the New York Press, Reuters, Fox.
Okay, and those are real journalists in your view?
Okay, sir, I'm
trying to follow your instructions. I'm trying to understand your instructions. What you accredited?
Your instructions are very simple. If you'd like a media inquiry,
I will do that. And when I send that email to HR@SSCCT, that's TangoU.com in Hickory, North Carolina, there is apparently a FEMA headquarters, and I believe you guys man that location, correct?
I'm not at liberty to comment at any time on any operational security matters that we have as a company without fact verification and without verifying who you are and your credentials.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
We emailed Sorty just as he requested and have yet to hear back. Maybe because there's no reasonable answer to our question. The frustrations of people on the ground in North Carolina are real. As the holidays approach, for Helene victims, there will be no count.
Cheddar Steve, you know, you missed our chat earlier about Nancy Pelosi, the nightmare that I had, and I'm not going to revisit it. But now he's talking about, is it strange? Cheddar Steve says, is it strange that he's having sex dreams about Zelensky? I mean, I guess if it's a hate fuck, it's not that strange.
Down to Christmas, but instead a countdown to when there may be some reprieve from the cold nights and tents and the constant efforts to rebuild the place.
I wonder how many people have frozen in North Carolina because they didn't get the housing, the tiny houses that were being thrown up, the shacks, the sheds, stuff like that, because they weren't up to code. But the tent's okay. You can do that. You can sit there and get hypothermia. Your kids can freeze. That's okay. We're going to make you stop building temporary shelters.
They call home.
Not okay. It's not okay.
In recent months, many of our fellow Americans experienced unprecedented natural disasters and damaged infrastructure, making access to healthcare essentials impossible at the very moment it was needed. When disaster strikes, being prepared is your best defense. And now I'm excited to share with you the brand new Field Emergency Kit from our friends at the Wellness Company. The ultimate survival kit for any situation where medical help is not an option. Inside this rugged, waterproof case, you'll find essential medications that cover over 60 conditions that you can encounter, along with a detailed 85-page doctor-written guidebook. This ultimate kit includes amoxicillin, an essential for treating bacterial infections. Vital First /OMG. That's
if you want to go check
twc.health/OMG.
It's good stuff. Good stuff. Since we, watched his content, I guess we can have that up there for a second. Yeah, guys, the hurricane relief still quite lacking. Quite lacking, if I do say so. And they want to tie that stuff into these continuing resolutions, which is utterly despicable. In my opinion, the fact that they're going to say that, the ones that vote against it, they just don't want the people from Hurricane Helene to receive the support that they need. That's what they will say, guys. And it's quite disturbing. Quite disturbing. You know what else is quite disturbing? The fact that we have a representative that throws an absolute bitch fit when he's on a show with, I think it was not Sargon, Sour. I don't know the guy. I don't know the guy's name. But let's pull it up. Let's pull up his first freak out that he had. This was on December 14th, I believe, where Crenshaw, Crybaby Crenshaw, gets all butthurt and gets all in his fifis and decides to just throw himself a little temper tantrum, like a little petulant teenager.
That I was insider trading.
Let's listen to him.
Of course, it's not.
Vote for a ban on Congress members trading stocks.
I think it's Crystal and Sauger.
Yeah, I mean, this is like number 1,000 on my priority list of things to care about. This is one.
He's such a smug ass.
One of those stupid things that I've been dragged through the mud on. You know how much fucking money I've ever had in the stock market? About $20,000. And yet I've been dragged through the mud on this as if like there's some insider trading. I sent
That's a lie.
I just sent a letter to Fox News, demand, a threatening letter from my lawyers, threatening them with defamation because Jesse Waters had basically insinuated that I was insider trading. Of course, it's not true. You'd be more surprised how much little information we have. This is one of those bills that of course, yeah, people support it. Yeah, sure. Okay. Who cares? Because I don't have any.
You should care, because if the people support it, guess what? They pay your fucking salary, you smug piece of shit. I hate this band with a passion.
If anything in the market anyway. Are there a couple cases wherein Nancy Pelosi has some very suspicious timing of her trades? Yeah, that has happened. But nobody else can point any other examples out. So sure, yeah, why not? Don't let us trade stocks. How about we'll just keep whipping ourselves. How about we don't make any money either?
Oh, poor pitiful you fucking bitch. You stupid little man. You stupid little man. And I say that as a manlet. Physically, I'm quite sure I'm shorter than old Danny Crenshaw here. But my God, what a stupid little man. Keep whipping ourselves. Oh, poor you. You're just a slave making almost $200,000 a year. I'm sorry, but for the normal fucking American, that salary would be life-changing. So Danny, go fuck yourself.
There.
Boy.
How about like just cut our paychecks? We haven't gotten a pay raise since 2008.
Oh, we haven't gotten a pay raise since 2008. I mean, come on. I'm just gonna keep whipping myself. I mean, you guys obviously just want me to starve to death. I mean, God, I don't have enough drops for my eye hole.
Even a COLA increase. So, yeah, no, actually, no, yeah, this is a great idea. Let's make Congress a place where only the millionaires can actually afford to do the job. This is a wonderful idea. Let's just keep doing.
Funny thing is, at the start of the country, wasn't Washington one of the richest men? I heard that. So this was a hobby, essentially. This was something on the side. This wasn't their career. Maybe you shouldn't aim to have a career as a politician, Danny.
Doing that, because and then some it's always some member, right, who senses the populist energy, and then mirrors it, believing that this is what.
Oh, because God forbid the people have a fucking say, right? God forbid the fucking people have a say. Populist energy. Did you hear the disdain he had for those words? The populist, somebody's riding the tails of the populist energy.
What's going to help me connect with the people? Because what do the people want? Well, they want an easy button. All my problems will be solved if there's no stock trading. All my problems will be solved if there's term limits. Yeah, but if you think about any of these things for 5 whole minutes, you might quickly come to a different conclusion. Now, what I vote for? Yeah, sure. Who cares? Who cares? Like it doesn't matter to me because I don't have any fucking money to put in the stock market.
Oh, he is short. Now I'm curious. How tall is Eye Patch McCain? How tall is Eye Patch McCain? Is he shorter than me? If he's shorter than me, I'm gonna laugh. Because that's an accomplishment. Let's look this up. Let's look up how tall. I shouldn't type in Eye Patch McCain, should I? Okay. He's just barely taller than me, guys. He's 5'8". I'm 5'6". Oh, guarantee I'd make him feel small though. Here's his freak out. Nick Sortor decided to kind of call him out a little bit and talk about how his numbers were a little bit off, just a little bit off. And Dan Crenshaw's response was, "Yeah, or maybe you're a fucking lying piece of shit because I'm not even on the yes list for the whip team. Never have been. But hey, whatever gets you pathetic bottom feeders your clickbait, fucking incels." Okay then, Danny. Calm down. Calm down there, Danny boy. In case you're wondering what's going on with Crenshaw. Cat Turd got after him. Said, yeah, get it right. Dan Crenshaw is the America Last Ukraine First war pig who doesn't need a raise because of all the money he makes when he miraculously became a stock expert since joining Congress. Dan Crenshaw responds, "Anonymous cowards." Oh, you missed an S there, Danny. Like Cat Turd, talking shit without any evidence. I'm used to it. Sorry, I was the guy fighting the wars that little bitches like you would never dare to. One of us has actually served this country and continues to, while losers like you make money being trolls on social media. I live in Atascocita, just outside of Houston. If you think I'm rich, you're a fucking idiot. The people getting rich off politics are the influencers like Cat Turd, selling their platforms to the highest bidder. Sorry to break it to y'all, that's the truth. Well, it turns out Cat Turd's an actual veteran too, so you kind of missed it a little bit there, Danny boy. Oh, it said got castrated by a Republican congressman. That's what that guy said. Yeah, Cat Turds is actually a veteran, apparently. So, yeah, Crenshaw's pretty insecure. He's pretty insecure. Marine Short, wasn't he? I don't know. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So there was that. Let me see. I think I had one more here.
Vote for a ban on Congress members.
Shush. What do I have here? Here we go. So his spokesperson said he's not a millionaire. He's worth $4 million, though, and barely has anything invested in the market. He's currently outperforming the market up to 110% since last year. He himself has said that without trading, you have no way to better yourself as a congressperson. He's got 150,000 invested in the stock market. So 20,000, not so much, Danny. Get the numbers right, buddy boy. Another post from old Dan Crenshaw. Going to talk about Crybaby Crenshaw just a little bit tonight, guys. He was one of the idiots that fell for the Ghost of Kiev. Snake Island, go fuck yourself. Ghost of Kiev kills 5 Russians jets. That was the video game footage, guys. The video game footage that people bought into. Kills 5 Russian jets by himself. Woman passes out sunflower seeds to Russians so they'll grow flowers when they die. 25-year-old woman says she'll make Molotov cocktails this weekend. Ukrainians are fighters. Putin can go to hell. Okay there, buddy. Calm down there, Danny. Calm down there. Just a little. Just a little bit. Let me see if let me see here. Let's see. Oh, and then Cat Turd's literally got he's literally got his face like right there. That's Cat Turd. So just saying. And he did serve his country. So it's crazy stuff, guys. Crenshaw sucks. Crenshaw sucks all the phallus. All of them. What's up, Tinkerbell? 1964. Good to see you. I think it's the first time I've seen you in chat. Thanks for joining. One of your... is it a family reunion? Is it a Sterling family reunion? Oh, yeah. Castro, he is absolutely one of those guys that would fart into a wine glass and then sniff it. That is Crenshaw. Crenshaw, I just get the vibe that he smells funny. He just looks like a guy that smells kind of off. I don't know why. I think that, but yeah, that's the vibe I get from him. Lord Sterling, Tinker and I are cousins. That's cool. Good to see y'all. Good to see you. Guys, don't forget to smash that like button. I haven't checked in a while. Should we check? Should we check on our likes? Let's check on our likes, guys. Let's see what we got going on here. Last time I checked, let's refresh it. It was 19. That like button, that better have been getting some action. I'm just saying, guys. 30. Nice, guys. I like to see that. That like button matters, guys. Comments in the comment section. Apparently that increases the reach of the channel. And if you look over to the right of the like button, there's this awesome new feature on Rumble, the repost button. If you click repost, you can add a little note in there, maybe positive note or something if you like, or if you want to be derogatory towards me, that's fine as well. But when you push that repost button and you make a repost, everyone who follows your account will be able to see that you are tuning into the Dozer Den. So you can repost, you can share this content if you like it. Hopefully enjoy what we're doing here, and I hope to continue to earn your viewership. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you. Good to see new people in the chat, and of course the regulars here in the Dozer Den. All right. So we talked about Crenshaw a little bit. I don't know if I had any more on Crenshaw. I thought I had one more thing possibly. Let me look here. Okay, I'll pull this one more up here. One more. On Crenshaw. Crenshaw, I only have 20K in the stock market. Community notes. Epic. That's epic. I love it. See, where was that though? I think I had it. Let me see. Let me pull this one up here. Oh, man. Fun fact. Okay. It's got 12 million copying his 20,000, quote unquote, 20,000 portfolio. Oh, wow. So he's doing very well. Crenshaw's doing very well for himself. Don't let him make you think that he is struggling. Just a struggling congressman. Struggling congressman. All right. Let me see here. Let's see. Okay, the last topic that I was going to cover, I was going to play a clip from Alex Jones talking about the incoming or possibly incoming resignation of good old little Castro. Because even his own party hates him. Everybody in Canada hates him. We played the clip last time of the jogger running up beside him and said, hey, look at this faggot. The people don't like little Castro. They don't. But he's still there. And he's not gone yet. So I guess we'll see if it happens. We'll see. I kind of hope it does. But we don't know. We don't know, guys. We don't know. That's pretty much, with the time going right now, that's probably all I want to divert to that. But we are going to go ahead and do our side topic of the night, our palate cleanser, if you will. Got the shirt, got the guns. Whew. Let's watch the Superman trailer. I know that people that are watching Common Censored already got a little bit of an eyeful of that, but I'm going to give my reaction to it. Let's watch it. Let's watch it. Let's watch the Superman trailer. And I know Henry Cavill was the right guy. He was. It's just the wrong vibe with the Snyder Superman universe. It was dark. It was gloomy. That works for Batman just fine. But Superman is supposed to be hopeful. And truth, justice, the American way, happy, uplifting. And you didn't really see that with Henry Cavill's Superman. And I don't think that's Henry Cavill's fault. I think that's the direction that he got. So let's go ahead and pull that up. But let's do a quick wrap up of what we talked about today. Okay. You guys are in Canada. He needs to resign. Well, God bless you. I'm sorry you're up there in our in Canada, Stan. You don't like True Diddly? Oh my gosh. I would agree, especially at what they did to the truckers. What they did to the truckers was absolutely insane. Going after their protesting, the shots, going after your bank accounts and stuff like that, shutting people down like that. That was absurd. I'm surprised you guys didn't have a bit of a revolution, honestly, for that crap. But I mean, look at what happened here in America. We let cops chase people on the beach. So humanity disappointed me in the past 3 years. Hopefully we don't do that again. Hopefully we have enough people that have seen what went on and decide to say fuck y'all the next time they try that crap. Oh my gosh, Tinkerbell. Vicious Tinkerbell. Spicy. Let me see. Let me go ahead and pull this up real quick. We've got the Superman trailer we are going to watch. We're going to get to it. Get out of there. Get out of there. There we go. Nope, still not in the right one. All right. We're going to pull it up here. We're going to watch it, and then I'm going to give a little bit of my reaction to the Superman trailer. I think it's worth watching. At least the trailer is. Let's see it. First though, what did we talk about today? Talked about the Omnibus. That was the girth of the show. Is that the right word? Nah. That was the biggest part of the show. We'll go with that. The girth. Why was that the word that came out of my mouth? I might be getting tired, guys. That was, oh my goodness. Let's see. So we talked about the Omnibus, and then we went into discussing a little bit of the hurricane relief issues over there with O'Keefe Media Group in North Carolina. And then we talked a little bit about old Crybaby Crenshaw. those were the topics that we discussed tonight. We were going to talk a little bit more about Trudeau. I have a clip from Alex Jones. We might push that off to Monday, so I might put that on the docket for Monday. I do need to kind of start wrapping things up. So what we are going to do, guys, if you're new to the channel, first of all, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you have smashed that like button and followed the channel, getting us closer and closer to 500. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. 12 away. But we usually do about 3 to 4 news stories a night, and then we try to leave something at the end that is a little bit less political, maybe just sciencey, or if it is political, it's just something that's kind of funny and I find entertaining. So, but today we are going to do a little bit of a reaction to the Superman trailer. We're going to do some culture stuff, some DC stuff. So I've got the shirt for it. Let's check it out. And then I'll tell you what I think. Starting off in the tundra. The Yamcha'd Superman. That's the Yamcha pose from Dragon Ball Z. To those of you who might not know, I'm a bit of a geek, bit of a weeb, got a Shinron tattoo on my arm. The Yamcha'd Superman. Sad. Just sad. I don't like the Zoomer haircut. Okay, Daily Planet, got the Globe, solid. Okay, yeah. He's not doing too well, is he, guys? He just got knocked the fuck out. Okay, I like that they've gone back to a dark-haired Lois Lane. That's comic accurate. I like that. Why does Paul Kent look like so like I don't know. He looks pretty. Someone said he looked like Weinstein. I don't know if I'd go that far, but he definitely doesn't look like the Paul Kent that we usually see. So that's interesting. Yeah, Sanglant, I think so. It's the Zoomer haircut. It's a Zoomer haircut. Z like the last letter in the alphabet. That's the tuft where you got the more hair in the front and you got shorter in the back. It's like the reverse. It's like a reverse mullet almost. And a lot of the younger folks run around with the rooster. It's like a rooster tuft kind of on the front. Yeah, not my style. Not my style. Fucking EVS. That is not EVS. You Sanglant. I've got my Salamander. I've got my comics here. These are good freaking comics. I've never bought comics until these right here. Little Salamandroid there. That's a just great artwork, great stories. I've read all of them. Actually read all of them multiple times, and I've gotten, I think, most of them. Good shit. Good content, fun to read. So I enjoyed it. If you guys know the comics or know the cartoons, you know what's coming with that whistle. It's a good boy on the way.
Crypto.
EVS is Ethan Van Sciver. He used to work for DC, did Green Lantern. I think he did some Batman stuff too, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was mostly Green Lantern though. And he has this also this comic called Cyberfrog. The whole series, I enjoy the hell out of it. Really cool artwork, good delivery. He's got some books that apparently not that great on delivering, and he has to fix that. well, was it Rainbow the Brute? That one's been paid for years and no delivery. I don't know what's going on with that. Kind of shitty on his part. I'll call him out on that. But yeah.
Take me home.
It's crypto. I don't know how I feel about the design, though, guys. I don't know how I feel about the design. Because I'm used to crypto being like a short hair. He looks more scrappy. I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot, though. I'll give it a shot. I'm okay with him as Luther. I think he'll do an okay job. Yep. I think. Oh, so he keeps making it bigger. What, Rainbow the Brute? He keeps making it bigger? I mean, I thought there might be some legal stuff or something. But as long as he's communicating with the fans about it that have paid for it, that's the thing. Communicate with your people. And he's refunded people. I know that I've seen that. Like, I've seen people ask for a refund and he'll refund them. So.
Superman.
What the fuck is up with Green Lantern's hair? First, just uplifting, hopeful. Just even the music is bringing you up as you're watching it. I like that vibe so far. I think that is the vibe that we need for Superman. So I'm liking that so far. I love that we're going to get a Green Lantern because no offense to Ryan Reynolds, but that Green Lantern, it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best. It was still Green Lantern, one of my favorite heroes. But yeah. Let's that hair though, my God. Nathan Fillion is Green Lantern. But the bowl cut. Why a bowl cut? Green Trump. Gay superhero crap, CW. Yes, CW. We're doing superhero stuff. Oh, we got Hawk Girl. I'm excited about this. Yeah. All right. Well, to those of you that enjoyed that, or that's up your alley, I hope you enjoyed it. CW obviously doesn't like it. I think that's a pretty damn good trailer. It's not. It's a little bit all over the place, but also the cool thing about that is it shows you that they're going to be doing more than just. It looks like there's going to be multiple monsters to fight, so that's kind of a cool thing. And then it looks like there's going to be the start of a new Justice League, maybe. Maybe they're kind of setting it up for that. I don't know who they're going to cast as the new Wonder Woman because you can't do Justice League without Wonder Woman. That looked interesting though. It looked good. I liked the colors. I liked the uplifting feel of it. I think that's what Superman. That's what you're supposed to have. You're not supposed to have that dark, gloomy feel that we had with Snyder's Superman. Henry Cavill was a great Superman, but I think with the right direction, it could have been even better, and you could have had the bright and uplifting aspect that you're supposed to have with a character like Superman. It's Sterling had a good point earlier. His greatest superpower might be his moral compass, because without it, well, I mean, when Superman goes dark, the Unjustice League takes hold, and he rules with an iron fist, steel fist, one might say. Not into all this Project Mockingbird stuff with woke movies and heroes. Oh well, for sure, that's a thing. That's a thing. I hope they don't do that with this Superman. If they do, I will criticize the hell out of it. I don't think that I didn't get the vibe that was woke from the trailer. Maybe you're picking up on something that I'm not. I kind of got the vibe that it was going to be positive, and like that's the way Superman's kind of character is supposed to be. He's serious, but he's about, you know, truth, justice, the American way, bringing people up, being a positive force in the universe, a bright light, you know, being somebody who's literally a solar powered individual. You know, that's his thing as a Kryptonian. But greatest American hero intro, please. You guys want that? You want that at the NCW? Let me find it. Let me find it. Hero theme song. Let's see. Well, what is that? That is not what I... Greatest American hero intro. Greatest American hero. Is that that's the Hulk Hogan intro, right? Let me see. Might need to ask you to put a damn link in the chat if I can't find it. Greatest American hero. What is that, CW? I thought you were talking about the Hulk Hogan thing. What is this? The greatest American hero? I don't know what that is. Geeks of Doom? Never mind. Okay. Okay. Like, that is not what I was thinking you were asking for. All right. Well, I have probably got to start wrapping things up. Who do we want to raid tonight, guys? Who do we want to raid? Who's on right now? Let's look. Let's take a look. Go to my home here. Ooh, we have notifications. We have notifications, guys. Let me check real quick. See, Tinkerbell started following. Thank you so much. Do you know Mentors commented? We Are the Show commented. Thank you guys so much for leaving comments in the comment section. Apparently that helps the algorithm. Sacrifice your comments for the algorithm gods. Help push this to the front page at some point, maybe, huh? That'd be really cool. I think I had a video do that once, and I got 8,000 views, so that was pretty cool. That was kind of cool. Tomcats. All right, all right. I was not picking up what you were putting down there. Sorry, bud. Let me see. Let's see. Let's look at who is. Is Good Logic still on? If we end before Good Logic, I'm going to be surprised. 70s TV show. Interesting. Let me see. Is Good Logic still live? He is. Well, let's go ahead and raid Good Logic then. He's only an hour and 44 in. He might go for another 2 hours. Well, no, he'll probably go another 30 minutes. But let's go ahead and raid Good Logic. My favorite Jew on the internet. Talks about legal stuff. Other stuff in general. Politicky stuff. You know. Let me see. Copy here. Send you guys over to him. He helped me get over 1,000 on X at one point. So I'm going to go ahead and give him some love. 489 followers here, guys. We are creeping up on it. We're creeping up on it. All right. So we do /raid space. Bam. Paste. Boom. Confirm. Got to do it again because Rumble is weird. Let's do it. Confirm raid. Raid is confirmed for Good Logic. Guys, thank you so much for watching tonight. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. I think I've had a pretty decent time. I have. You're going to go to bed soon? See you guys. See you guys. Guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, I stream Mondays and Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. Central. Usually go for about 3 to 4 hours. You opt out. I usually go for about 3 to 4 hours. We cover all kinds of things, stuff and things here on the Dozer Den. It's a good time. It's a good time. See that the raid worked. Good deal. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support to my subscribers. Thank you so much for your continued support. For Harry Toe 2, thank you for the $20 Rumble rant earlier. To Vernon for sending that Venmo donation of $4. Sincerely, I appreciate all the support. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys on Monday at 9:30 p.m. Central. Y'all have a good one.